Good evening and welcome inside Regency Furniture Stadium as we prepare for the series finale between your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the visiting Somerset Patriots. Somerset interplay 7-1 on the second half of this season. Blue Crabs are 4-4. They've split the series to this point, and Southern Maryland will look to take it behind right-hander Brett Marshall, who has just thrown his final warm-up pitch. As second baseman Craig Massey digs into the box. Andrew Banstra, my broadcast partner, what are your keys for tonight's game?
Tonight you look for the long ball. You haven't seen a lot of them this year from either squad, but Somerset is particularly good when they do get that coveted long ball. Look for a long shot today to change this game.
First pitch from Marshall is a fastball, and that catches the zone for a strike. And we are underway here with the rubber match as Marshall kicks and delivers, working quickly. A chopper up the middle. Garcia ranges behind the bag. A backhand play now spins and fires, but well late as Massey is aboard with a leadoff single.
Even if Garcia didn't end up making that play, that was a spectacular play that he made to turn and get the ball on a dime to Devin Rodriguez at first.
So now that'll bring in Ramon Flores, the left fielder for Somerset, batting in the 2 spot. Marshall immediately to the stretch, comes set, now checks on first as Massey's back in safely. Massey was out of the lineup yesterday, but re-enters in his normal leadoff spot where he hit in game 1 of the series.
Massey's a very dangerous bat, and he's also a very dangerous set of legs. So watch him to go on the run. Marshall, a lot of pickoff moves make sense with the speed of Massey over at first base. Flores has been pretty good since his debut here in a Patriots uniform. 250 in 9 games with a home run and 3 RBIs.
As Marshall misses inside here, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes on Ramon Flores. Defensive alignment behind Brett Marshall. Teodoro Martinez in left field. Corey Vaughn in center. Angelo Sonko in right. Angelis Nina at third base. Edwin Garcia at short. Francisco Rosario makes his first appearance in the series at second base as Marshall misses inside. Devin Rodriguez is at first, and Austin Green, after the night off yesterday, returns behind the plate.
That is a lethal middle infield combination between Rosario and Garcia. Watch for some web gems out in the middle.
The 3-0, a fastball on the outside corner. That's a good opportunity for the umpiring crew for tonight's game. Frank Urilli behind the plate. Mike Williams is at third base, and at first base is Chris Ingstrand. Marshall sets for the 3-1. Kicks and delivers. A fastball misses well inside. And a single and a walk have started the outing here tonight for Marshall. And now we'll run through the rest of this Patriots lineup. Alfredo Rodriguez, the shortstop, digs in now. Jermaine Curtis, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. Matt Oberstay will play third and bat fifth. The designated hitter is Indy Chavez, batting sixth. Justin Trapp follows him in right field. Mike Francoso sits in the 8th spot after leading off last night. And the catcher, Yovan Gonzalez, is rounding out the lineup. Marshall tries to go with a first pitch curveball, but that stays a bit too far inside. 1 ball and no strikes the count here.
Marshall typically very, very good on the bump. It's had a very solid year. 2-2 record with a 3 even ERA. Couple of struggles here early.
He's now fallen behind 2 balls and no strikes, as very much so struggling to find the strike zone. 6 straight balls have come, he had the 1 called strike on the 3-0 to Flores, but 6 of the last 7 have been out of the zone. Make it 7 out of the last 8 as a fastball misses high and inside. And now 3-0 the count to Alfredo Rodriguez. Marshall is going to find himself in a big jam here early if he can't get one across here. 3-0 right down the middle. He does bring it to 3 balls and 1 strike.
But when you put yourself in a situation like that where you're working back into the count, you have to put stuff over the plate, and to Alfredo Rodriguez, whose bat's been pretty hot of late and all season, that's a difficult situation.
A chopper down the third base line that's going to stay just fair and rattle around in the left field corner. Massey will come across to score. Flores on his way to third. He'll get the stop sign there. And just like that, Somerset is on the board here in the first with an RBI double off the bat of all-star Alfredo Rodriguez. They take a 1-0 lead, and they're not done yet, as it's second and third with still nobody out in the inning.
Much like Southern Maryland, Somerset has a trend that is typical in baseball, but they are 23-11 when scoring first in a baseball game. They did that last night and ended up losing the ball game, so you never know what's going to happen, but not a good trend if you're the Blue Crabs.
Not exactly what you're looking for to start this game, as you're expecting a little more on the tally here. But Jermaine Curtis, the cleanup hitter, swinging at the first pitch. That's going to be dribbled out in front of the plate. The catcher, Austin Green, will pick it up and fire down to first for out number 1.
Can't ask for a much better put out if you are Brett Marshall up on the mound. That's essentially as good as a one-pitch strikeout because nobody moves over. And it's even better because when you've been struggling to find the zone, you'll take that from Jermaine Curtis to keep the pitch count down.
Absolutely, 1 pitch, 1 out. And now that gives you a little confidence moving forward from there. See if Marshall can keep it rolling with the third baseman Oberstay, who swings over a first pitch breaking ball, and the count goes to 0-1.
Oberstay, 143 hitter on the year, just in a couple of games. He hasn't quite played 10 games yet, and he only has 2 hits on the season.
Breaking ball again, swung on and missed as the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Marshall features a fastball, sinker, circle changeup, slider, and the curveball. Check swing here. Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire Urelli. And down on strikes is Oberstay. So let's see if maybe Marshall can get out of this inning and limit the damage more than we originally thought.
We mentioned earlier that, this is a typical situation that happens. We look back at last night and even the night before, game before I should say, a couple of games in which early jams were avoided by Blue Crabs pitchers, looking to make that 3 in a row.
He has one more hurdle to get across as Indy Chavez heads to the plate and takes first pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Chavez has 4 hits already in the series. He's hitting .400 to this point. As a breaking ball misses low and inside, that'll kick away from the catcher Green, but not far enough for any worries as the man at third, Ramon Flores, will head back to the base.
These are 2 players that have seen each other at the highest level. Brett Marshall pitched for the Yankees back a couple of years ago and faced off against Chavez in a matchup at the Big Show. So not the first times they've faced each other.
2-0 the count. A breaking ball misses outside here. 3-0. I believe Marshall won that battle the first time. Hopefully he can battle back here from the 3-0 count and do that again.
And that one at-bat, he was 0 for 1. No details on the at-bat, but we know Marshall won.
Fastball in the outside corner for a called strike as Chavez takes all the way, and the count goes to 3-1. That's the 20th pitch for Marshall in this first inning. An even 10 balls and 10 strikes to this point. Not going to get far into a game with the pitch count rising up to this level. See if he can end it right here as he gets a ground ball to second. Rosario, one of the most sure gloves in the infield, will make the play and flip on to first to retire the side. So Marshall does in fact limit the damage after a single and a walk and a double, score a run. A number in front of the plate, a strikeout and a ground out. Retire the side. He gives up just 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and leaves 2 men on base. A 1-0 game. Blue Crabs look to answer with Teodoro Martinez when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Sam Runyon, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, join the Blue Crabs on Saturday night, August 18th, as we celebrate Southern Maryland's rich spiritual and religious community with Faith and Family Night. All night long, we will feature performances, prayer, and presentation from area religious and spiritual leaders, as well as post-game fireworks spectacular. Your minister, band, choir, or congregation can even participate. To be part of the festivities or to purchase tickets, please contact Group Sales at 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
Ladies, this is Corey Vaughn. Be sure to join us at the ballpark every Wednesday night for Wind Up Wednesday presented by Cove Point Winery. On select Wednesday nights throughout the year, ladies get in for just $5. You can also enjoy free wine samples from Cove Point as well as free services from Therapeutic Massage and Wellness. For more information and the available dates, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Thompson, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs will look to respond to the early run from Somerset here in the bottom of the first. They'll send Teodoro Martinez, Edwin Garcia, and Devin Rodriguez to the plate as the left-hander for Somerset, Rick Teasley, kicks and delivers a fastball low and away. 1 ball, no strikes as Teasley's night is now underway. Teasley kicks and delivers. Chopper towards the second base bag. Martinez hustling it out, but a charging Massey will flip on to Curtis for out number 1. We'll run through the rest of the Blue Crabs lineup. A couple of changes with Ryan Strasburger and Frank Martinez exiting the lineup today. Edwin Garcia remains in the number 2 spot as the shortstop comes to the bat now. Devin Rodriguez, the first baseman, bats third. John Griffin will DH in the cleanup spot. Angelis Nina bats 5th. Angelo Sonko 6th. Corey Vaughn stays in the 7th spot. Austin Green re-enters the lineup. He'll bat 8th. And Francisco Rosario will round it out as first pitch from Teasley to Garcia misses as well. 1-0 goes low. 2 balls and no strikes we go.
This is a Blue Crabs team that's been hitting very well of late. They're hitting a team .311 over the past 10. That's very impressive.
See if Garcia can get something rolling here as he takes on the inside corner for a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to count now. Teasley out of the windup. Delivers. Garcia line drive over the shortstop head. That's going to get down into the left center field gap. It's cut off by Francoso. That'll hold Garcia to a single, but a 1-out hit nonetheless will put a man aboard for Devin Rodriguez as he comes to the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup here as Rodriguez will dig in. He has struggled a bit against left-handed pitching, this season. We'll see if he can turn that around here against Teasley. He has changed his stance. We mentioned it briefly yesterday, but you'll notice a much more open stance for Devin Rodriguez. He's lower in a squat, trying to use his legs more. That's going to give him a lot more power, but also with the openness, it's going to open up his body to see a left-handed pitcher a little more than if he was closed and having to look more vertically. 1-0 the count as the infield is shifted on the left-hander Rodriguez.
This is a team that struggles against left-handed pitchers. Just 4-15 on the year as Rodriguez fouls one off. 4-15 record against left-handed pitchers. Interestingly enough, the team hits better statistically against left-handed pitching, though.
They have struggled to win ball games against lefties this year, but see if maybe they can get something rolling tonight having seen Teasley already on the season.
If I'm Rodriguez, I think about laying one down the third baseline.
It is something to consider, as instead he takes a big cut. That's going to be unfortunately in fair territory, but the catcher, Gonzalez, throws down to second well late. I believe that's going to be a fielder's choice, as the throw went to second base. He had an easy out at first, but he tried to make the long throw, and instead, now it's first and second with one out, and John Griffin coming to the plate.
They teach you from a young age, get this sure out, get the easy out. Jovan Gonzalez tried to do too much on that play and ended up costing his team a shifty situation.
See if Griffin can make him pay as he takes first pitch low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes we go. Garcia in scoring position, Rodriguez at first on the fielder's choice. If Griffin can find a gap, it'll at least tie the game, but we know Griffin has a knack for finding the outside of the fence. He has 5 home runs in his first 12 games with the Blue Crabs. He's cooled off a bit as of late as he takes a big cut, and the count goes to 1-1, but came out of the gates on fire with the long ball.
Despite the drop in the long ball, he still had the average up more, interestingly enough. 417 over his last 5 days.
Look back at second. Now Teasley delivers a changeup on the inside corner for a called strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Rodriguez, who's on first, was originally out of the lineup today. Ryan Strasburger was originally batting leadoff, but he was scratched around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Teodoro Martinez moved from the 3 spot up to the top, and Rodriguez enters at first base. Griffin with a high fly ball to deep right center field. On the run is trapped. That's going to get down on the warning track and hop up over the wall. A ground rule double will score Garcia, and we are tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first. An RBI double for John Griffin.
So important to take advantage of another team's mistakes. That's exactly what the Blue Crabs did there. You're not going to get a lot of free passes from this Somerset team. They walk the fewest batters as far as season numbers go, and they also get some of the most walks. So they take advantage, and they don't give many free passes. So when they do give you an advantage to take advantage, that's the time where you need to step up.
They cash in on the fielder's choice with the RBI double from Griffin. Now Nina looks to add another. A chopper towards short. Rodriguez is on his way home. Rodriguez, the shortstop, gives the look, but will elect for the easy out at first. And he gets that, but Devin Rodriguez will cross the plate. And Angelis Nina does his job with a 6-3 putout and brings home the go-ahead run. And the Blue Crabs, just like that, give Brett Marshall a 2-1 lead. That who gave up 1 in the first, you put up 2 and say, don't worry about it, here's a lead for you.
You're exactly right. Give yourself some confidence. That's Nina's 4th RBI over the past 6 games. He only has 10 on the season.
Now Angelo Sonko will look to add one. Lefty-lefty matchup for Sonko as he takes a strike on the outside corner.
We talked about it the other day. Sonko, one of the rare left-handed hitters that actually excels against his counterpart lefties. Not typically what you would see, but Sonko very good at it.
0-1, another called strike as the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Sonko was 0 for 4 in last night's game. He did not play in the series opener on Tuesday.
Sonko hitting .310 against left-handed pitching this year, just .257 as a whole.
Teasley coming set, kicks and delivers. Sonko, a flare out towards right, but that's going to hang up a bit too much as Trapp's able to get under it. And he'll make the catch to retire the side, but the Blue Crabs take the lead in the inning. John Griffin RBI double and a ground out from Nina do the trick. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors in the inning and 1 man left on base. Brett Marshall will head back to the mound with a lead, and the 7-8-9 due up when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Brandon Compton, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Pet lovers, kick off the Labor Day holiday right and join the Blue Crabs on Sunday night, September 2nd for our final Bark in the Park night of the season. The game has a special start time of 6:35, and the first fans through the gates receive Blue Crabs dog collars brought to you by 98.7 WMZQ. Call 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
General Manager of your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Brett Marshall back to work with the fastball here in the top of the second. When that pitch misses inside to Justin Trapp as he falls behind. 1 ball and no strikes. Trapp swinging on a 1-0 fastball will even the count at 1-1. Trapp leads off yet another inning in the 7th spot. We saw him lead off the 4th, 6th, and 8th inning last night, and now he leads off the 2nd here tonight. Fastball misses inside, 2 balls and 1 strike the count.
Kind of strange to see that out of a 7-hole hitter, but Trapp doing a good job taking that role. He's been pretty good of late.
Marshall ready for the 2-1. A line drive through the left side of the infield, and Justin Trapp is aboard with a leadoff single. That's good speed on base for the Patriots. Trapp on the season in 46 games has 16 stolen bases. That ties him with Justin Pacioli for the highest total on the team.
And we haven't seen Pacioli in this series. We know the speed's there. Wouldn't be surprised to see him as a pinch runner at some point.
I haven't gotten any update on why. I would assume it would have injury reasons behind it, but I haven't heard anything of that from Somerset, so not quite sure why. I'm going to assume injury until told otherwise, though, as Marshall with a check on Trapp now turns his attention to Mike Francoso and gets a changeup across 0-1. If injury is the case, likely won't see him tonight, but if it's not, I would expect him maybe to pinch run depending on the situation in the game for somebody like Yovan Gonzalez, with the Patriots carrying 3 catchers in total on their team. Squaring to bunt here is Francoso. He'll pull back as the sinker will dip low, and the count evens up 1 ball and 1 strike.
Francoso been very good as a hitter all year long. He's been hitting north of 300 since the 3rd game in the season. He is at danger of going under that mark in today's ball game as he sits at 301.
A check on first, but back in safely is Trapp. Marshall doing a good job to keep an eye on Trapp at first. The infield's in double play depth. Garcia very close to the bag in case Trapp does go on the move. He feints the steal here as Marshall misses low and inside, 2-1. That would have been a good pitch to go on as Austin Green had to backhand out of the dirt. I think Trapp would have likely been up easily in that situation, but now a fastball count. See if maybe he is on the move. He feints again. Draws Garcia towards the base, but this one swung through, and the count goes to 2-2.
There's a lot of things that faking that steal does for you as a team. Not only does it draw fielders out of position, but it also gives you the opportunity to maybe think, if you're Austin Green, oh, well, they do that every time, and then steal one on him when you think they're just faking it.
2-2, a breaking ball. That one's rolled up the middle. A diving effort from Rosario. He's not going to get there as that's through into center field. Never slowing down around second is Trapp as he'll slide into third. He goes first to third on the single. And the Patriots, just like that, are threatening again. Runners on the corners and nobody out here in the top of the second.
Interestingly enough, this is the second night in a row that both you and I thought it was definitely going to be a pitcher's duel, but seems like for the second night in a row we may be incorrect about that because both have been, decently high-scoring games. Not necessarily high-scoring, but teams are hitting the ball well, especially off the starters.
Last night, a lot of hits in that ball game, and tonight we've got 5 through 1+ innings as Marshall's first pitch to Jovan Gonzalez misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Gonzalez with the night off yesterday after going 1 for 5 with a double and a run scored in the first game of the series. 1-0, Marshall delivers a sinker. That misses low. 2 balls and no strikes.
It's interesting to me, Brandon, that Jovan Gonzalez hits in the 9 hole. He doesn't have much speed. He isn't necessarily their best hitter. Not the best guy to flip the lineup back around. It's just an interesting slot in my position.
Sinker misses low here. 3 balls and no strikes. 20 hits in total in last night's game. 11 on the board for the Patriots. 9 on the board for Southern Maryland. If things hold the way they are early in this one, you can expect that number to increase a little bit tonight as Marshall spins and checks on first. A very important game for both of these teams. It decides who will win this series and set them up moving forward. The Blue Crabs will have another home series after this one as they host the Lancaster Barnstormers. As a 3-0 fastball catches his own, 3-1. Somerset will hit the road again. They'll head about 5 hours north up to Long Island for a 3-game series against the Ducks. Somerset's going to be coming off of an interesting series. They're probably going to have a little bit of rest coming in as a line drive towards second. It'll hop once. Rosario picks it up, flips to Garcia. 4-6-3 double play, but that does allow the runner Trapp to come across from third and even the game. No RBI will be awarded to Gonzalez as no RBIs are awarded on double plays, but it does even the score 2-2. But as I was saying, an interesting couple of days for Lancaster. They've played 12 hours and 51 minutes of baseball in the last 44 hours when their game ended today, just short of 3 o'clock. As Marshall kicks and delivers. A changeup misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. So a lot of baseball being played between Lancaster and York, but they did get the day game today on getaway day for them. So now they'll head here and likely try to get some rest in the hotel tonight prior to the series tomorrow starting. The day game will give them a couple extra hours after playing a little over half a day over the last 2 days. Called strike on the outside corner will bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. That's a lot of baseball, Andrew. It reminds me of the Little League days, Saturday, Sunday tournaments where you're playing 4 or 5 games in a weekend if you're not making the championship, and if you are, you're putting up 7, 8 games.
And that can be tough on not only the players, you look at the catchers and the pitching, so expect maybe a scattered teams in terms of depth, and that gives the Blue Crabs a chance to take a few.
2-2 fastball misses outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That has an effect on everybody. I was talking to their broadcaster, Dave Collins, and that has an effect on him, too. He's stayed up having to write game notes and getting stats and everything figured out like that as the 3-2 is swung on and missed. And that will retire the side here in the top of the second. But I was talking to Dave about getting a lineup, and he asked, can I just get it to you tomorrow? It's been a long couple of days. I was like, yep, not a problem. We'll get it for the series tomorrow. But here tonight, a 2-2 game as we head to the bottom of the second. In this top of the second, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And the Blue Crabs will look to answer the 1 run once again with some of their own. Corey Vaughn, Austin Green, and Francisco Rosario when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the latest and best in Blue Crabs gear? Look no further than the newly redesigned and restocked Crab Shack team store anchored by EC Sports. The team store features everything from old favorites like game replica hats and t-shirts to novelty items and collectibles. You can visit our team store anytime 9 to 5, as well as during all home games. The team store is also available online by visiting somdbluecrabs.com and clicking the store tab.
Hey fans, this is Craig Stem, pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Make sure you come out every Thursday for Foster's Grill Wings and Beer Night. For just $30, you can enjoy a ticket to the game and 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Foster's Wings and all-you-can-drink beer in the Legends Clubs from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Are you looking for the best place to entertain your group, large or small, this summer? Look no further than the Blue Crabs at Regency Furniture Stadium with our newly renovated luxury suites and Legends Club, as well as our brand new party suite. Our luxury suites have all new amenities and are sure to please your group, while our clean, upscale Legends Club can host up to 160 guests for a game. New for 2018, the Blue Crabs are excited to announce our brand new party suite for groups up to 50 guests. It's double the space for double the fun for double the group, just $20 per person. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 to book your group today.
Rick Teasley back to work here in the bottom of the second. He got the first pitch across to Corey Vaughn. So now the 0-1 swung on and missed as the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man here in the inning. 7-8-9 due up for the Blue Crabs as Teasley kicks and delivers a changeup, swung on and missed, 3 pitches, and Vaughn is down on strikes. First strikeout of the night for Teasley.
And Vaughn's been very good of late. He's been seeing the ball very well, and when Corey Vaughn's seeing the ball well, it can be scary for the other team. So expect Vaughn to resettle back in his next at-bat.
Austin Green will come up now. An off night last night after going 0 for 4 in the series opener. Green takes first pitch on the inside corner for a called strike, and Teasley quickly gets ahead of Green. 4 pitches, 4 strikes. Green off the end of his bat to short here. Rodriguez will field and fire easily across to first. And 5 pitches, 2 outs for Teasley as he's quickly through the first 2 batters. That puts Francisco Rosario in a little bit of a tricky situation, as you don't want to give Teasley too easy of an inning, but you do have the liberty of working with the fact that he had 17 pitches in the first, so regardless of what Rosario does here, the pitch count will be north of 20, which is what you want. You never want somebody under 10 an inning. Rosario swings on the first pitch. That's a little bit of a surprising result as he dribbles one down the first baseline, but that'll get foul, 0-1.
You know, and you want to work these pitchers as much as possible. We mentioned that they issue the least walks out of any team, so the pitch count's going to be down. Just 2 walks drawn by the Blue Crabs last night.
Rosario swinging here and fouls one back over the netting. No balls and 2 strikes.
So try to work that pitch count. Try to work them into their bullpen. Not something you want to do on a getaway day. You want to have a fresh bullpen going into your next series.
0-2 upcoming as Teasley delivers a fastball here as that one's pushed out of play the other way, foul.
Rosario hitting .238 on the year, no home runs and 4 RBIs.
0-2 once more. This one swung on and fouled off of the catcher Gonzalez. He's unable to hold on there as the count will remain where it is. Rosario battling here as the next pitch will be Teasley's 10th in the inning now. So he did his job, worked him a little bit as he sends a ground ball to short. Rodriguez should field that one easily, and he does to retire the side here in the second. 1-2-3 inning for Teasley. It takes him just 10 pitches. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. In a 2-2 game as we head to the third. See if Marshall can settle down here in the inning with the 2-3-4 upcoming on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come celebrate the bluest birthday of them all on Friday night, August 17th. It's Pinch's birthday party with appearances by all of Pinch's mascot friends. After the game, stick around for a post-game cupcake drop brought to you by Pump It Up of Waldorf. That's right, cupcakes raining out of the sky from the outfield with prizes for some lucky contestants. For more information, visit somdbluecrabs.com/promotion or call 301-638-9788.
Hey kids, this is Daryl Thompson from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Don't forget, every Sunday is Kids Day at the ballpark, brought to you by Waldorf Orthodontics. Every Sunday home game, kids can enjoy a pregame autograph session with me and other players, $3 ice cream helmets all day long, and free admission to Pinch's Playground. Post-game, you can all come on the field and run the bases. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Casey Delgado, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Brett Marshall's first pitch of the inning, a broken bat flare up the middle. That's going to get past the glove of Edwin Garcia and into center field. And very quickly on one pitch, Ramon Flores is aboard as the leadoff man in the inning. Marshall has allowed a leadoff single now in all 3 innings.
Not something you're looking. Already allowed 2 runs in the ball game, and if you can't keep that leadoff guy on, that really sets up the other team well.
A little bit of a lucky hit there from Flores as he broke his bat and got it back up the middle as a breaking ball here on the first pitch. Hung up a little bit, but Alfredo Rodriguez misses it and fouls it back into the netting, 0-1.
You see Marshall going after all these hitters with a lot of fastballs. If he can mix some junk into his pitch repertoire, I think it'll help him out a lot.
He went with the first pitch curveball there, try to get some guys off balance. Unfortunately, he hung that one up above the belt a bit too much, but got away with it, like I said, as Rodriguez just missed it. 0-1 upcoming. Marshall goes back to the breaking ball as it misses low, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. He has plenty of the off-speed stuff you were mentioning, the circle change up, the slider, and the curveball. Allow him to mix in well with the fastball and the sinker. 1-1 upcoming. A fastball comes inside, jams Rodriguez a little bit as he fouls it off. The catcher, Green, makes the catch, but the count goes to 1-2. Middle infield is in double play depth. See if they can roll something up the middle. Marshall dusts him off the plate with a fastball up and in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes goes the count.
You know, it's a little bit risky to go after these hitters such as Rodriguez after he already has an RBI double coming in high and inside 2 times.
A check on first, but back in safely is Flores. A little bit, doesn't want Rodriguez to get his hands extended, but when you hang breaking balls like that, it does get a little risky, but Rodriguez misses it again as a pop-up towards the foul side of the third baseline. Nina camps underneath it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. 1 on, 1 out, and Jermaine Curtis coming to the plate. Curtis mishit one just in front of the plate. That was handled by Austin Green in the top of the first. That was out number 1 in that inning.
If you're either of these pitchers, particularly Brett Marshall, after allowing back-to-back-to-back leadoff singles as he misses outside, you just got to flush that from your system and move on to the next pitch.
The breaking ball misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. A clean inning would be ideal here for Marshall. Try to settle him in moving forward. As a breaking ball catches the zone here. You see him featuring a lot more of the off-speed stuff here in the inning as the count is even at 1-1. He started this at-bat with a slider and then that breaking ball just now. You question if he doesn't have as good a command of that fastball, and that's going to lead him to some other options for the day.
And it's also smart going through the second time in the order, changing it up a little bit.
He goes back to the fastball here, but spikes it into the ground as that's going to hop up over Austin Green to the backstop. And the count goes to 2-1. Definitely doesn't have as good a command of that fastball to this point today.
You're exactly right. I mean, he proved it right there. When you spike one that far in front of the plate, it gives the other team some confidence, knowing that if he can't place the fastball, he's going to leave some soft stuff for you, hopefully if you're the Patriots over the plate.
See if maybe they start waiting back. That would work in the favor of Marshall if he can find the command. They'd be behind the fastball, but he's got to be able to get it over the plate. 2-1 upcoming as he kicks and delivers. It's a sinker here as that one's fouled off. 2-2 goes the count.
You see one of those few fastballs that he did get back in that first inning, a get-me-over fastball. Obviously took a couple miles an hour off that pitch, but you got to find your rhythm if you're the pitcher, Marshall.
2-2 upcoming. He goes to the breaking ball. A high fly ball to right field. Should be playable for Sonko. He'll make the catch. Tagging from second is Flores as he'll cruise easily into third. The sacrifice fly from Curtis goes as out number 2, but it moves Flores up 90 feet, and now he's 90 feet away from giving Somerset the lead back. Wild pitch, pass ball, or a 2-out hit from Oberstay could get the job done.
Marshall's already had Oberstay's number to this point in the ballgame, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. We know Oberstay struggles so far on the season. He's still in the 5-hole for a reason, but if you're Marshall, you want to keep him where he is.
See if he can keep this game even as Oberstay off the end of his bat flared towards shallow right, giving chase as the second baseman Rosario, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So Marshall does get the clean inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. He works around the leadoff single, and now his team will look to take the lead back in the bottom of the third. Teodoro Martinez leads it off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Cash Beecham, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Are you looking for the latest and best in Blue Crabs gear? Look no further than the newly redesigned and restocked Crab Shack Team Store, anchored by EC Sports. The Team Store features everything from old favorites like game replica hats and t-shirts to novelty items and collectibles. You can visit our Team Store anytime 9 to 5, as well as during all home games. The Team Store is also available online by visiting somdbluecrabs.com and clicking the Store tab.
Hey fans, this is Sam Runyon, right-handed pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Make sure you come out every Thursday for Foster's Grill Wings and Beer Night. For just $30, you can enjoy a ticket to the game and 2 hours of all-you-can-eat Foster's Wings and all-you-can-drink beer in the Legends Club from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
This This is Kalaika Kaho'ohalahala, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Rick Teasley back to work here in the bottom of the third. His first pitch to the leadoff hitter in the inning and in the lineup. Teodoro Martinez catches the outside corner for a called strike 0-1. Teodoro led off the bottom of the first with a ground out to second. As he jams himself here, pops one up in foul territory. 0-2 we go.
And that didn't end up hurting the Blue Crabs in that top half, make that the bottom half of the first. Despite the first batter getting out, they still played it too, but it would help a lot to get the first guy on.
See if they can get that leadoff man on. Teo's going to have to fight back from a 0-2 count, but instead a called strike 3 on the outside corner, and he goes down looking to start this inning. 6 straight retired now for Teasley, 2 via the strikeout, as Edwin Garcia will come up to the plate now. Solid night here in Waldorf, 81 degrees. Been pretty decent weather here after Tuesday's showers. Been paradise here the last couple of days as a changeup catches the outside corner to Garcia. No balls and 1 strike goes the count. Garcia got the offense going in the bottom of the first with a single, came around to score. But he's fallen behind quickly. No balls and 2 strikes now to Teasley here in this inning.
You're right. It's been very nice ever since that heavy rain. It's felt very good.
Expecting more of the same tomorrow before the weather issues will creep in. As a ground ball to short, Rodriguez fields and fires across to retire his counterpart. 2 up, 2 down here in the inning on 6 pitches for Teasley. Got a little bit of rain expected on Saturday, some showers Sunday, Monday, all pretty much throughout next week as well. So I have to keep an eye on that when Lancaster comes to town this week.
We've seen a lot of shortstop grounding out to his counterpart shortstop over these past 2 games.
We have indeed. Rodriguez, the Somerset shortstop, did that a couple of times yesterday, 4 times in the series opener. That's another Rodriguez. Devin takes the first pitch, 1 ball and no strikes. They've got the lefty shift on Rodriguez again as he checks his swing and fouls that back into the net. 1 ball and 1 strike.
We mentioned Rodriguez's batting average going up and down on the year. He's trying to get it back up to that 300 mark, sitting at about 270 right now.
Line drive towards second, but Massey has him played perfectly, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Another very quick inning for Rick Teasley. Took him 10 pitches to get through the second. This one just 9. As a 1-2-3 frame, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we will head to the 4th. Indy Chavez due up to lead it off. Andrew Banster will take you through that when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come on out Wednesday morning, August 1st for the Blue Crabs annual Camp Day. The fun under the sun starts at 11 a.m., so fans from all walks of life who can't usually catch the boys of summer play under the stars are invited to join. A special group rate for 20 or more of just $8 for a ticket or $13 for a ticket and a meal make it a great outing. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more info.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands, prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less, that's wise.
Hey, this is Andrew Daniel, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium as we get set for this second half of this ballgame. Setting off with Brett Marshall on the mound, Andy Chavez at the plate. First pitch will miss high. A fastball will just evade the top of the strike zone. Andy Chavez has faced Brett Marshall before in his career. It was at the Big Show when Brett Marshall was pitching for the Yankees back in his day, and this one a dribbler down the first base line and a backhanded throw behind the back of Brett Marshall, Bartolo Colon-esque. What a beautiful play, Mark Burley-esque even. Brett Marshall showing off his wizardry in the field, and he gets an exciting out number one. That is not something you see too often, and I took good pleasure to it. I'm a big fan of that behind-the-back throw. You look at guys back through their times, such as Brandon Phillips doing it back in the day. I don't think there's any question that he was the best at that, but I don't know. That was pretty impressive by Brett Marshall. Marshall rocks and fires, and his first pitch messes well high and inside to Justin Trapp. Trapp a little bit shaken up after that pitch. We know the fastball location has been a little bit of a struggle for Marshall to this point, and he'll step out on the mound and have to recover. He'll take his time back on the mound and try to take a deep breath and get ready for this 1-0. He'll miss inside again, this time a cutter that doesn't quite cut back in how he wanted it to, and the count goes to 2-0. The 2-0 looming from the pitcher, Marshall. This one misses inside as well, not by a whole lot. Regardless, still misses inside, yet another cutter, and he falls behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0, same spot. It will also miss, and that's ball number 4. So reaching on a 4-pitch walk is Justin Trapp, and that puts the first Patriot of the inning on the bases. We mentioned in all 3 of the first 3 innings, a Patriot had a leadoff single. This time the first retired, but the second does reach base, and that brings up Mike Francoso. Francoso, we mentioned, in danger of going under 300 for the first time in some 70 games, but he did get a single back in the first to try to make his efforts back and keep above 300 as he sat at 301 coming into today's ballgame. Ball 1 misses outside, and Marshall will toe the rubber and prepare for the 1-0 pitch. Marshall will check over to first. Now he comes set. The leg kick and the delivery home, a curveball, breaks its way back downstairs and evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Marshall typically works pretty quickly on the mound, evening that keel out just a little bit this evening. A check over to first, diving back in safely, was Justin Trapp. Pretty smart to keep your eyes on Justin Trapp, as we know the speed that he possesses. Second in stolen bases on this Patriots team. Francoso wears number 5 on the back of his jersey, and the left-handed hitter sees the runner go on the pitch. A strike down to second. A beautiful tag by Edwin Garcia. Could not have been executed any better by the Blue Crabs. Despite that, a ball will miss upstairs, and a stolen base will move a runner into scoring position for Francoso. Francoso digs back in. He'll prepare for the 2-2. Excuse me, the 1-2, as the last pitch was called a strike. Check back to second from Marshall. Now he'll come home with the 1-2. Swinging through it awkwardly was the batter, Francoso. Slapping the tag down on him on the drop third strike was Austin Green, and that retires the second Patriot of this top of the 4th. Second strikeout on the day for Marshall, make that third. 2 regular strikeouts, both of them swinging. This one also swinging, but a drop third, so 2 down and 1 on. That runner coming in scoring position in the form of Justin Trapp will bring on the 9-hole hitter, Yovan Gonzalez. Gonzalez hit back in that second inning, in which he grounded into a double play. A run did score, but no RBI to his credit. Curveball misses inside. 1-0 the count to the batter, Gonzalez. Gonzalez hitting .245 on the year, no home runs, but he does have 16 RBIs in that 9 slot. And you got to take into consideration that he's not the everyday catcher, although he is their number one, as ball 2 misses downstairs. He is the number 1 catcher on this team now that Weisenberger has retired, so he isn't getting the everyday start. So 16 RBIs is pretty impressive. A look back to second, and now coming home with the pitch, another off speed, something that Marshall has had to rely on very heavily because his fastball location isn't quite what he'd like it to be this evening. 2-1 the count to Gonzalez. Marshall toes the rubber once more. Here he comes home with the 2-1. This one slapped into left field, but right to Teodoro Martinez, who puts the glove up and lets the ball sink into the back of his pocket for out number 3. In the inning, 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. No errors and no runs for the Patriots. That puts us through 3.5. And when we come back, the Blue Crabs will put their meat of the order up to the plate with John Griffin, Angelis Nina, and Angelo Sacco. We'll have it right here when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Austin Green, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come celebrate the bluest birthday of them all on Friday night, August 17th. It's Pinch's birthday party with appearances by all of Pinch's mascot friends. After the game, stick around for a post-game cupcake drop brought to you by Pump It Up of Waldorf. That's right, cupcakes raining out of the sky from the for some lucky contestants. For more information, visit somdbluecrabs.com/promotion or call 301-638-9788.
Hey kids, this is Drake Britton, pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. If you're under 12 years old, make sure to check out our Fin Buddies program. For just $15, kids will receive free admission to every Friday home game this season, as well as a Backfin Buddies t-shirt and Pinch pencil pouch. During the games, all members wearing their t-shirt get to go on the field for the High Five Tunnel, as well as free admission to the kids' park and a free ice cream helmet. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Jose Gonzalez, and you are listening to the Blue Crab Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside Regency Furniture Stadium as the Blue Crabs come up to bat here at the bottom of the 4th. The first pitch chops off the end of John Griffin's bat. An incredible play up the middle by Alfredo Rodriguez, who spins and fires from behind second base. Will nail the first Blue Crab of the inning on what truly looked like it would have been a base hit, barring a web gem up the middle by the Patriots. The first out comes on 1 pitch, and that brings up Angelis Nina. Nina's been very hot of late, 0 for 1 in the game, but he does have an RBI to his credit. Here comes the rock and the fire from Rick Teasley, and the first pitch catches inside to Nina, 0-1 the count. Nina came into this game hitting .480, 12 for 25 against the Patriots on the season. He chops 1 foul over towards his own dugout, and that makes the count 0-2 to Nina. Nina with the Blue Crabs, a .320 hitter. He's hitting .270 as a whole after he got acquired from the New Britain Bees earlier in the season. He'll swing through the 3rd pitch he sees, and quickly 2 Blue Crabs go down in order. And after 2 come up and 2 go down, Angelo Sacco, the last shot here in this bottom of the 4th for the Blue Crabs. Sacco hitting .348 over his last 10. The former 4th round pick out of Loyola, Chicago by the Los Angeles Dodgers will dig into the left-handed batter's box. Teasley's first pitch catches the outside corner on a generous call from the home plate umpire, Frank Urelli. 0-1 the count to Sacco. Sacco was originally slotted to play first base, and then after some lineup changes coming late. He was slotted in right field. Sees himself fall into an 0-2 count to Teasley. Teasley ready before Sanko is. Teasley looking very confident up on the mound. Here comes the rock, now the fire. An outside pitch will miss. And that leaves Sanko with a little bit of life left in him. 1-2 the count. Sanko prepares for the lefty-lefty matchup on the 1-2 pitch. Teasley comes home with it, and he'll miss outside with a slider. And that evens the count up at 2-2. It's a whole lot of twos you see. 2-2 the score. 2 outs. And a 2-2 count to number 26, Angelo Sanko. Here comes the pitch from Teasley. He fouls it off right back into the netting, and the count will stay at 2-2. Teasley snags the ball back from the catcher, Gonzalez. If nothing else, this effect that it's had on the game with this extended at-bat here at 5 pitches from Sanko has turned what could have been a 5-pitch inning into a 9-pitch inning. Teasley with a long look in. He gets his sign from his catcher, Gonzalez. And before he can do that, Sanko will step out. So Teasley digs right back into the rubber. He's been very good to this point in the day. He did let up 2 runs in his bottom of the first. Teasley comes home with the 2-2. Fouling it off to the right side is Sanko, and that'll keep the count once more at 2-2. It appeared as though Sanko's elbow guard flew off his arm on that last pitch. And the lefty will dig in once more, this time for his 6th pitch of the at-bat. Taking a long look in, studying the signs. He likes what he sees, and now coming home with the pitch. Once more, chopped foul, and Angelo Sanko is bordering a quality at-bat if you run by that system as he awaits the 7th pitch of this at-bat. Teasley trying to get out of this inning with just around 10 pitches. Here it comes, the pitch. And swung through by Angelo Sanko, and that retires the side. No hits, no runs, no runners left on, and no errors in the inning for the Blue Crabs. Puts us through 4 complete. We see a 2-2 score, and when we return, coming back onto the bump, Brett Marshall. We'll have it right here on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Ryan Strasburger, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, what's more American than baseball and a barbecue cookout? Quite frankly, the two go together like stars and stripes, rockets and red glare, and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. So when you come to Regency Furniture Stadium's all-you-can-eat picnic pavilion, you get both at a great price. The best part is that groups from 20 to 400 plus can enjoy the picnic pavilion, and when you include this home run of a deal with the kids park, paddle boats, and on-field fun, you have a grand slam of an opportunity. Call today at 301-638-9788 to speak with a sales executive or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
This is Rick Meehan, Mayor of Ocean City, Maryland. For everyone who's put off planning a vacation this summer, I've got good news for you. Ocean City, Maryland is a procrastinator's paradise. We've got 10 miles of free beach, an amazing 3-mile boardwalk, golf, fishing, shopping, dining, and free events 7 nights a week, including fireworks, boardwalk light shows, dance parties, and movies right on the beach. It's not too late. Book a visit today at ococean.com. That's ococean.com.
Welcome back to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network as we get set for the top of the 5th inning of action. Leading it off for the Somerset Patriots as Brett Marshall comes back on the bump. The top of the order in the form of Craig Massey, who will come up to the plate for his 3rd time in 5 innings. First pitch to the left-handed Massey will miss outside. Marshall only allowed 2 runs to this point, 5 hits through 4 innings, but has really struggled with command at this point. Second pitch showing bunt is Craig Massey. It will catch the outside corner and even up the count at 1-1.
He's fallen behind a lot of hitters to this point, as that's led to a couple of the hits and a couple of walks so far.
A line drive over to third base, caught by Angelise Nina, and the hot shot is caught with ease by the third baseman, retiring the first out of this Patriots half of the fifth. The next batter facing off against Brett Marshall will come up in the form of Ramon Flores. Flores in the game 1-for-1 with a walk and a single. Marshall comes home with the pitch. A changeup catches upstairs and a little bit out. 0-1 the count. How good of a pitcher you are is not defined by the days when you have your stuff. Rather, it's defined by the days when you aren't really feeling it, as the count goes to 1-1. I mean, the days where you don't feel it all the way is what really tests you. So you find out what type of pitcher you are. Marshall not having one of his days where you just feel it, but he's still fighting pretty well to this point as the count goes to 2-1.
Definitely not feeling the fastball command to this point. He's been all over the place with it. He's had a decent feel for the curveball as another fastball here misses inside. He's been leaning on that pitch a lot, but when you're slowing it down like that, it allows the bats of the other team to catch up.
Coming home with the 3-1, swinging through a slider is the batter Flores, and that puts us at a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's a very telling pitch, because we were just talking about the fastball command, and 3-1, it's an all fastball count, but he goes with the slider because he knows he has the command of it, and does it here 3-2 as well.
Chopper up the middle, gobbled up by Francisco Rosario, throws over to first and records the second out of the inning, and Brett Marshall is well on his way to getting his first 1-2-3 inning of this game. It's the first time in the ball game that both of the first 2 batters have gone down in order, and the next batter Marshall will have to face will come up in the form of Alfredo Rodriguez. Rodriguez so far in the day 1-for-2 with an RBI double coming back in that first inning. First pitch crosses for strike number 1. 0-1 the count to the shortstop. Rodriguez digs back in all the way in the back of the batter's box. He chops one to third. Nina fields with no issue and swings across the infield. And another very quick inning here in Southern Maryland sends us to the bottom of the fifth. All knotted at 2-2. When we return, the Blue Crabs will send up the 7, 8, 9 of their order. Corey Vaughn, Austin Green, and Francisco Rosario will have it right here for you when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is David Wayne Russo, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Calling all Jedis, please report to Regency Furniture Stadium on July 28th for Star Wars Night, as the Blue Crabs take on Long Island. This night will feature an appearance by Jedi Saber Combat and a post-game fireworks spectacular. For more information on this or other exciting events throughout the season, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com, or you can call us at 301-638-9788.
This is Brandon Compton, right-handed pitcher for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join our team every Friday home game as we honor those who serve our country by remembering everyone deployed. Every Red Friday, the team will wear red jerseys, brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. All active and former military members receive $5 tickets with their ID. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com.
You know, I'm thinking retail might be the hardest.
301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Corey Vaughn, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Corey Vaughn introduces himself, and he'll come out to bat as the first batter here in this bottom of the fifth. We've seen a swift game to this point. Just 50 minutes into the ball game, we find ourselves in the bottom of the fifth. In large part, that quick game due to the work of Rick Teasley. He's throwing a very good ball game to this point as strike 1 catches outside to Corey Vaughn. Vaughn will dig back in, trying to break the code that has been Teasley as he'll chop one up the middle. Teasley fields himself and flips on to first for out number 1. Brandon, you want to talk about dominating a strike zone. Rick Teasley has done just that this evening. He's thrown 51 pitches. He has 42 strikes and 9 balls thrown.
He's pounding the zone here early in the game. It's led to a lot of success as he's retired 12 straight now with Austin Green coming to the plate.
Green will try to crack this coat as Teasley rocks and fires. He'll catch the lower part of the strike zone for strike number 1. That sounds like a video game-esque number line when you only have 9 balls and over 50 pitches. Coming home with the 0-1, missing upstairs for his 10th ball of the evening. That evens the count at 1-1. Green, a .259 hitter on the year, .365 on the road, just .175 at home as ball 2 crosses, and working ahead in the count is Austin Green. Green also has a lot more RBIs on the road. He has 2 at home with 10 on the road as a chopper over to third, fielded with ease by Matt Oberstay. Swings it across the infield for a quick out number 2, and that brings up Francisco Rosario, representing the last chance for the Blue Crabs here in this bottom of the 5th. We've had a lot of quick ball games on this season, not any really this quick up to this point in the game. Like I said, we're under an hour as we approach just a little past the halfway point in this game as Rosario chops one foul, strike number 1.
See if Rosario can get things back to the top of the order. Teodoro Martinez on deck is due tonight. We know he hits well at home as Rosario takes 1-1. See if he can get something going here with the 9 spot and get up one of the hottest home hitters in the league.
He will swing and miss at strike number 2. 1-2 the count as Teodoro would like a shot in this inning. The shortest 9-inning home game that the Blue Crabs have had this year was 2 hours and 9 minutes. It's a very short game. It's also the shortest game on the season for the Blue Crabs as ball 2 crosses. We technically would be on track to hit that mark tonight, try to get under that, but you never know what's going to happen in a ball game. As Rosario with a high chopper over to third, Oberstay fields and throws all the way across the diamond. A high throw, Jermaine Curtis is able to snag it and tag out Francisco Rosario before he can cross first base. No hits, no runs, no errors, no runners left on base for the Blue Crabs in the inning. Puts us through 5 complete innings of baseball played. When we come back in the top of the 6th, Brett Marshall will continue to try to hold these Patriots right where they are. Knotted at 2 in Southern Maryland. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, is your family or work holiday party looking for a venue this coming fall or winter? Look no further than the newly renovated Legends Club at Regency Furniture Stadium, brought to you by the Blue Crabs. Numerous food and drink options and great flexible features mean the Legends Club will make your event the hit of the season. Call a sales executive today at 301-638-9788 for more information or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
This is Austin Green from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join us every Tuesday home game as we turn 2 with our new Double Play Tuesdays. These nights, tickets are buy one, get one free in the box office, as well as BOGO on select items at the concession stands. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Drake Britton, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Welcome back inside the Regency Furniture Stadium as we get set for this top of the 6th inning of action. We see the batter coming up to the plate in form. He'll face off against Brett Marshall. The batter coming up to the plate, Jermaine Curtis, 4-5-6, due up for the Patriots here in this top of the sixth. First pitch from Marshall will miss high and inside for ball number one. That's a spot he's struggled with at points in this game. When he misses high and inside, he continues to do that. 1-0 pitch, misses inside as well, high a little bit, and 2-0 the count quickly to the batter, Jermaine Curtis. Curtis awaiting the 2-0. Here it comes. Also missing inside. The count runs quickly to 3-0. And Brandon, we've talked about a lot of leadoff runners let on, but also you talk about how quick this game's gone. It's a little interesting considering the command issues that have been happening with Marshall. 3-1 the count as it will catch outside.
You've seen him pound that slider in tough situations all night. He goes back to it there to get the count to 3-1. That fastball has haunted him all day. And he goes back to it here and misses the zone again for the leadoff walk.
I completely agree. It has been a little bit of a daunting task for Brett Marshall to go after these batters to this point in the ballgame. We mentioned in his last inning of work, his counterpart pitcher, Rick Teasley, had 42 strikes and 9 balls. For Marshall right now, he sits at 43 strikes and 40 balls. Marshall's first pitch coming into the batter, Matt Overstay, will catch the inside portion of the strike zone. 0-1 the count. Overstay keeping those wrists loose with a couple of bat swings at the home plate. Now ready for the 0-1. Pitch comes in and it's lifted high but shallow into left center. Coming in and calling it off is Teodoro Martinez. He'll end up having to run after the ball, but he will get under it for out number 1. First out of the inning will bring up Endy Chavez. Chavez on the day 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. Looking to keep him on that sorrow ledger will be the pitcher, Brett Marshall.
Infield and double play depth, I think it would go a long way for Marshall's pitch count in this game and the command issues we've seen if he can get a ground ball double play here to end the inning.
This one hit hard over towards the left corner. That one will find the ground and then some. Bouncing off the wall, Teodoro Martinez fields. And with a laser to second base, that will stop Endy Chavez from advancing any further than first. But it does put runners on the corners with just one down, bringing up Justin Trapp.
Chavez might have hit that a little too hard. A wailing line drive right off the left field wall. He rounded first, but the strong throw in from Martinez holds him there. And that sets up what could be still a potential inning-ending double play here if Trapp rolls over on one.
That throw can't be overlooked. It was such a great throw by Teo, and if he doesn't have the speed to get to that ball and play it well off that left field mini monster, that he doesn't really play it in left field that much, but good job fielding it accordingly and stopping the run from scoring. It's going to be hard to turn the double play with the speed at the plate. Justin Trapp, already a stolen base in a game, 1 for 1, but a hard line drive to short to second, here to first, and the 6-4-3 double play is able to be recorded after a very hard hit ball. Brandon, we talk about how important it is to mention when a ball is hit too hard. Back-to-back balls that have too much sauce on them are going to put us here in the bottom of the sixth as we head there. Brett Marshall comes through with 5, make that 6 clean innings of work, and we'll head it to the bottom of the sixth. Then coming up for the Blue Crabs will be the top of the order, and we'll have it right here for you on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Let's go.
Hey, this is James Frisbee, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, on Friday night, September 14th, the Blue Crabs will honor all of those brave men and women who risk their lives for ours every day as we host First Responders Night. First responders will receive special ticket discounts, and active and retired military can too, as it is the final Remember Everyone Deployed Friday night, brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. That night, the Blue Crabs will auction off their red jerseys for a worthwhile military charity. It's also College of Southern Maryland's 60th birthday bash, brought to you by College of Southern Maryland Alumni and Friends Connection, So whatever your reason, come finish the regular season with the Blue Crabs. Get your tickets today at somdbluecrabs.com or call 301-638-9788.
Washington sports fans, rock your red, wear your curly W's, and break out your burgundy and gold for Washington Sports Night on Friday night, August 10th. That night, there will be a special Washington Sports t-shirt giveaway for the first fans in attendance, so arrive early, and don't miss a special appearance by the racing presidents from Nationals Park. To get your tickets today, stop by the E-Trepid box office, visit somdbluecrabs.com, or call 301-638-9788.
We're back and we're live inside Regency Furniture Stadium. Bring it right to you. My name's Andrew Banster alongside Brandon Bulanda and Teodoro Martinez, the blue crab at the plate, who takes for strike number one. He'll find himself in an 0-1 hole to the pitcher, Rick Teasley, who's been very dominant to this point in the ballgame. Top of the order set up for the Blue Crabs as Teo swings through a fastball. He'll find himself on the ground. He'll snobbily get up from the ground, and he'll find himself in an 0-2 hole. So 0-2 the count to Teodoro Martinez. And Teo is going to have to try to dig himself out of this hole. Teasley with other thoughts in mind. Teasley with the rock. Here comes the fire, and he'll miss upstairs with one of those rare pitches outside of the zone for him this evening. 1-2 the count. Teo sets himself up for the 1-2. He'll rip this one up the middle. Teasley able to field cleanly and get it over to Jermaine Curtis at first base. A quick out number one will bring up Edwin Garcia.
15 straight retired for Rick Teasley now. The last hit he allowed, or the last base runner he allowed, I should say, was the ground rule double for John Griffin that gave the Blue Crabs their second run of the game. First run, of the game. The second run came on a ground out to Nina, and that was the first of these 15 straight retired.
Strike one crosses to the shortstop, Edwin Garcia. He digs himself into an 0-1 hole, and Teasley continues his quick tempo. Strike, make that a ball, will miss outside, and we see the count even up at 1-1. 1-1, one down and none on. Garcia will take inside for ball number 2. And realistically, ever since we've mentioned the incredible strike-to-ball ratio of Rick Teasley, since that time he's thrown 9 strikes to 7 balls. To put that into perspective, when we mentioned that, he had 42 strikes and just 9 balls. 3-1 now the count, as he's now down to 9 balls and 8 strikes in his last 17 pitches. Teasley's 3-1 will be chopped foul by Edwin Garcia, and the count will move to full for the first time on the evening off the hands of Rick Teasley. Safe to say you're having a good day command-wise when you haven't worked any counts full or any counts into a 3-ball situation. Payoff pitch drilled into right field. Coming on it strong is the right fielder Justin Trapp, who had ideas of trying to come and throw out the runner at first, but Garcia's speed was too much to do that. So the single will bring up the batter that comes up in the form of Devin Rodriguez. He'll try to move over that runner, Edwin Garcia. The last thing you want to do is leave Garcia lonely over there at first base. Give him some companions out on the bases and move him around.
They do have the shift on Rodriguez. See if maybe he can push something the other way. Try to get Garcia on the move here. He'll run himself as the hit and run was on.
And throwing down to second. There was no swing, and that hurts right there if you're the Blue Crabs. There's a rule of thumb in baseball. If the hit and run was truly on, in that situation you have to go make that. You have to swing if you're the batter.
Rodriguez did swing. It was just way too high and outside for him to get a piece of it. He did his best there to protect Garcia, but really no shot.
Excuse me, I meant you have to get your bat on the ball, but you're right. If there is no shot, you got to respect that. 1-1 the count to Devin Rodriguez.
Put Rodriguez in an awkward situation because he immediately had to go down in the count 0-1 because if he doesn't swing, he's in trouble. but if he does swing, there's no chance of making a play.
Oberste towards the bullpen, and the ball will hit off the brim of his glove. That will give the Blue Crabs a little bit more life here in this bottom of the sixth. And they'll try to extend this inning. We talk about the importance of executing and capitalizing on mistakes. This would be the time to do it if you're the Blue Crabs.
He was running right at that bullpen bench. The entire Blue Crabs bullpen got out of his way, but trying to avoid slamming into the bench or the wall, he laid off a little bit, and it cost him.
A ball drilled down the right field line. It gets past Jermaine Curtis. Rounding first is Rodriguez, and he'll stay at second as the brakes are put on. But a line shot from Devin Rodriguez. He's able to take advantage of that mistake we saw at third and trying to capitalize on it all the way is the big bat of John Griffin.
Now the stolen base attempt looks a little negative, as Garcia would have easily been at third, if not rounding to try to score on that double. Now it's going to take a two-out hit from John Griffin to get something done, but Griffin already has an RBI in the game. See if he can add another to his tally.
We know the long ball is always an ever-present threat if you are John Griffin. He had a ground rule double last time. He was make that in the first inning. That's where the RBI stems from. As ball one misses inside to the batter, Griffin. Griffin, a late addition to this Southern Maryland roster, and he's been worth every single minute that he's been here. The home runs and just the power that he provides has been very lethal for the Blue Crabs. Strike one will catch the inside corner to the displeasure of Griffin. Nonetheless, the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Griffin's power has been a pleasant surprise for the Blue Crabs. He had double-digit home runs last year, but 5 in his first 15 games was a little bit surprising.
Griffin prepares for the 1-1. Teasley comes home with it, and it'll miss inside. Now the situation occurs where Teasley's thrown such a good game, but you see a 2-2 ball game. Runs hard to come by. Realistically, a home run off the bat of John Griffin could be a fatal stroke. Griffin trying to provide just that as 2-1 looms from Teasley. He'll take inside, and the second 3-ball count of the evening will be issued in this 6th inning, and that makes the count 3-1 to Griffin.
A hitter's count to a dangerous bat here in Griffin. He doesn't need the home run. That comes naturally to the big frame of him, though. Just needs to find the outfield grass and give Rodriguez a chance to get waved home.
The relaxed hitting John Griffin will take inside. Teasley is confused by the call, but nonetheless, the first walk of the evening will be issued by number 37, Rick Teasley.
So now Angelis Nina gets his chance. 0 for 2 today, but last night 3 for 4, 2 RBIs and 2 runs. He's been on fire since he came into Southern Maryland. Let's see if he can get something going here and put the team back on top and get Marshall in a position to pick up a win.
Came into the game 12 for 25 in 8 games against the Patriots this year. Looking to hype that batting average up even more is Nina. He'll catch the outside corner, Will Teasley, and 0-1 the count to the third baseman, Nina. Teasley will await as he's ready right after every single one of his pitches. You love to see confident pitchers that love stepping right back on the mound. The 0-1 drilled into deep left center field. That ball has home run distance written all over it. And see you later baseball as that one clears. The outdoor creation sign in left center field. And there's that fatal stroke coming from an unlikely character. A 3-run shot from Angelis Nina puts the Blue Crabs up 5-2.
An absolute shot there off the bat of Nina. What a time for his first home run as a member of Southern Maryland. It puts the team on top here. We were talking about the power Griffin possesses and how he could put the team ahead with one swing of the bat. They pitch around him and end up giving it up to Nina, who's been as hot as they come as of late. We just mentioned it, and he gets his shot there.
Another big inning for the Blue Crabs. Here we are in the 6th. All 5 of their runs coming either in this inning or back in the first, as the batter comes up in the form of Angelo Sanko, who will take outside. count goes to 0-1 as that is called the strike. Sanko on the day 0 for 2. He'll dribble one to second. Gobbling it up is Alfredo Rodriguez, who throws across the infield, and that retires the Blue Crabs half of this inning, but not before some excitement here in Waldorf, Maryland. 3 hits, 3 runs, no runners left on base, and no errors in the inning for the Patriots. Puts us through 6 complete. When we come back, it's Brandon Bulanda back on the broadcast, and he'll take you through the rest of the ball game. We'll be right back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, every season we can't do it without you. So on Sunday, September 16th for the regular season finale, it's Fan Appreciation Day. This night will feature a special t-shirt giveaway, as well as a pregame team autograph session and postgame Kids Run the Bases. Stop by the Regency Furniture Stadium box office, call 301-638-9788, or visit somdbluecrabs.com today to get your tickets.
Hey kids, are you ready to be a superhero? Join us September 1st for Superhero Night, presented by Pump It Up of Waldorf. This night you will receive your very own superhero cape to help Pinch and the Blue Crabs defeat the Road Warriors. The night will also feature a post-game fireworks spectacular. Get your tickets today at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
87 pitches on the arm of Brett Marshall as he's out for his 7th inning of work. He'll have the 8-9-1 to deal with here in the inning as Mike Francoso takes the first pitch he sees. High and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Marshall was given a lead, a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. He's going to look to hold it there and get it to the back part of the Blue Crabs bullpen for the 8th and 9th. Look to shut the door and win this series as a changeup misses low here. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count to Francoso, who's 1 for 2 on the day.
Light stretching going down in the bullpen for the Blue Crabs. Not quite arms up yet.
A swing and miss here, so the count goes to 2-2. We saw the big 3 in Sam Runyon, Ryan Chafee, and Cody Epley in order last night, but Runyon did have the opener off, so I would assume he's available tonight as you see him stretching down there. Chafee has pitched in back-to-back games, so he's the questionable one as this one's fouled off.
And if you're Francoso, you find your team down 3 runs, you've got to find some retail out there in the outfield, get something to drop.
Big swing here. He fouls one off of his foot as the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in the inning.
And Francoso recognizes the fact that Marshall has a lot of pitches on his arm. In this situation, you want to extend it as much as possible. If you're Marshall, you just want to get through this 7th.
If Marshall can get through the 7th, and assuming Chafee is out of commission tonight, having pitched in back-to-back, that would allow Runyon in the 8th and Epley in the 9th, the ideal setup there. 2-2 upcoming. A breaking ball just misses the outside corner. Marshall was walking it off. He thought he had it, but instead, a full count. And this one misses as well. A leadoff walk has been issued to Mike Francoso here to start things in the 7th. That's the last thing you want to see if you're Marshall, as he's now given up 4 walks on the game. Going to look for yet another double play here to sit down Jovan Gonzalez as he comes to the plate. First pitch breaking ball is a called strike. 0-1 the count to Gonzalez.
Marshall, we talked about how good of a pitcher you are. Shows on the nights where you don't really have your stuff. He doesn't have his stuff that much tonight, but he's really had a gut check and played very well.
Big swing here, and a pop-up goes into foul territory as it'll get up out of play. The count to no balls and 2 strikes on Jovan Gonzalez. The curveball and slider have really carried Marshall to this point. He's really had the best command of those pitches as action now in the Blue Crabs pen. Throwing has begun. Looks like Jason Creasy is actually who's up and warming as the 0-2 is fouled off. Ideally, we don't have to see Creasy in this inning. Marshall can get through it unscathed, but ready anyway as a number towards the right side here. Rosario with a long run that's going to get under his glove. A big turn around second. Now the brakes thrown on from Francoso as it'll be a bleeder single that gets through. So now 2 on and nobody out. The tying run coming to the plate, and it's the top of the order as Craig Massey will head in.
Massey's bat, we talked about endangering that 300 mark on the year. He hasn't really gotten that low to this point, but Massey's been as ripe as a tomato of late. He's been playing very well.
Red hot is Massey as he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. Marshall's a little bit all over the place here all of a sudden as he's going to have to rein it in and find the zone very quickly. Back up the middle, Marshall will field himself. He flips to Garcia after a bobble, and that's going to be all he can get as the runner at second. Francoso is able to advance to third. Massey gets to first on the fielder's choice. It'll be a 1-6 put out on the fielder's choice for the first out in the inning. I think Marshall had a tailor-made double play if he doesn't bobble it there, but instead he'll have to settle for just the 1 out. Realistically, the runner on third doesn't matter quite too much as he's got the 3-run cushion to work with. Ramon Flores digs in. He's been on base twice, a walk and a single as he takes low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Marshall's had the double play ball bail him out a couple of times already this evening, and after a bleeder and a botched double play, it's going to be tough to try to lean on it here.
A slider is what he goes with as that one comes back across for a called strike. 1-1 goes the count. He's had great tilt on the breaking pitches so far tonight. The curveball's diving in real nice. The slider's biting back across the outside corner. It's been the fastball command that have been the issue so far.
Sometimes when you don't have your stuff, who is, for a guy that's typically a well-oiled machine, you just have to throw some grease in there and try to make it work.
Breaking ball misses inside. 2-1. Speaking of grease, it feels almost like the ball's a little greasy when he goes to throw the fastball tonight with how much it's slipping out of his hand and dancing all over the strike zone.
I completely agree.
Or should say batter's boxes. That's where it spent most of its time. But the breaking ball has really carried him to this point as he goes to it here, but wisely able to lay off is Ramon Flores as the count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. That one's sent out towards center field, diving quickly. It's going to get down in front of Corey Vaughn. And Ramon Flores is aboard with a 1-out single. That'll bring Francoso across. And the score now 5-3. I believe the leash is going to have to get real short on Brett Marshall as popping out of the dugout is manager James Frisbee. I haven't seen him signal to the pin yet, but Marshall's up at 106 pitches, and there's the point. So that will be the day for Brett Marshall. Looks like Jason Creasy will be handed a jam and try to get out of it. We'll get you the details on Creasy when we come back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network. Jason Creasy, the new pitcher on for the Blue Crabs. He inherits runners on first and second, one out, and goes to a first pitch breaking ball. That comes back across the inside corner for a called strike to Alfredo Rodriguez. The runners belong to starter Brett Marshall, who exits after 6 1/3. Creasy kicks and delivers another breaking ball. That one misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. That seems to be a theme of the night for Blue Crabs pitching, as Creasy must have gotten the memo from the starter Brett Marshall that we're going with the breaking balls tonight.
Creasy here in his 32nd appearance, 29th as a Blue Crab. His numbers with the Blue Crabs, a 3.04 ERA with a 1-1 record. So pretty solid out of Jason Creasy.
Goes back to the breaking ball here as that one misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Creasy's got to come in right here and get an out right away. A ground ball out would be ideal to roll 2 and get out of the inning, but any type of out right now is much appreciated with the go-ahead run at the plate for Somerset. And this one taken high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. A 5-3 game. Somerset's out-hit the Blue Crabs, but the Blue Crabs offense has come in flurries. 2 runs in the first inning. They then did not get a runner on base for 16 straight batters, as Alfredo Rodriguez sends a line drive to right field. That's going to get down past Sonko and to the wall. 1 run will score easily. Sonko giving chase. The runner rounding third. He'll throw on the brakes here as the cutoff throw into Rosario is thrown to second. Rodriguez had a big turn there, but he's able to get back in safely. An RBI double. And just like that, it's a 5-4 game. The tying run on third and the go-ahead run on second for the Somerset Patriots, as they've come alive here in the 7th.
It's been a streaky game thus far. Both teams piling on runs in certain innings, but I think right now, if I'm the Blue Crabs, I contemplate loading the bases to put the double play in order for Matt Oberstay, who's really struggled in his time as a Patriot.
Maybe not even the double play so much as just the force out at home at this point, but see what they elect to go with. Creasy misses a fastball high. You might see them rather elect to try to get ahead of Curtis, and if they don't, we see the intentional walk, but you never really know what they're going to elect to do. 1-0. This one's hammered at third. Nina leaps and snags the line drive. He looks to second, trying to turn two, but Rodriguez does a good job to stay put. And now 2 down in the inning. Creasy slams the rosin bag down. He's got a big at-bat upcoming with Matt Oberstay, as he can get out of here with still the lead intact if he can retire Oberstay. But a hit will likely score too. Rodriguez with great speed at second. So very interesting and very vital bat upcoming, as Creasy delivers a fastball right across the knees for a called strike. 0-1. Nothing Oberstay could do with that pitch.
It's impressive to see Nina making the shift to third base, where we've seen him a couple times this year, but he's a natural out there, making great plays.
Nina's very versatile. We've seen him at second base, third base, and left field to this point. Chopper towards second. Rosario's there. This should end the inning, and it does. Creasy comes in and gets the job done in the top of the 7th. The Blue Crabs do allow 2 runs. Both of those are going to be charged to Brett Marshall. Those 2 runs come on 3 hits. No errors in the inning, but a big 2 runners left on base. They maintain the 5-4 lead, escape the inning with a 1-run advantage, and they'll look for some. After the 7th inning stretch, we'll see Corey Vaughn, Austin Green, and Francisco Rosario on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Dr. Milu and the courteous and professional staff at Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center in Waldorf want you to know that for cases of cancer and blood disorders such as anemia, leukemia, and lymphoma, you don't have to travel all the way to D.C. or Baltimore to get high-quality, compassionate care close to home. Established in 1995, Cancer and Blood Disorders Treatment Center offers expertise, experience, and the highest standards needed for successful treatment of cancer and blood disorders. Dr. Milu is excited to be a part of the Blue Crabs family as the new sponsor of the Silver Sluggers program and games for the 2017 season. For more information or to schedule a consultation, call 301-638-1007 or visit cancerandblooddisorderscenter.com.
This is Devin Rodriguez from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Join us every Tuesday home game as we turn 2 with our new Double Play Tuesdays. These nights, tickets are buy one, get one free in the box office, as well as buy one, get one on select items at the concession stands. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Seven, 8, 9 due up here for the Blue Crabs in the bottom of the 7th, as Rick Teasley will get back to work. Corey Vaughn, the first batter here in the inning, swings and misses. 0-1 we go. Teasley comes into the inning with 83 pitches under his belt. We saw Marshall enter the 7th with 87, but he was unable to get out of it. See what Teasley has to offer as Vaughn now falls behind 0-2.
And that pitch count of Teasley's has skyrocketed in the last couple of innings. He was in the 5th inning with just 50 pitches under his belt, and he's thrown 40 since.
Blue Crabs sent 6 to the plate last inning, and that'll bring the pitch count up. It's real easy to keep it low when you're having 1, 2, 3 innings, which Teasley had 4 of in a row. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. He retired all 12 batters he faced in those frames, including 4 strikeouts. Vaughn with a high fly ball to deep left center field, backing up is Francoso, but he'll stop just short of the track and make the catch for the first out in the inning.
Off the bat, that ball was a jaw-dropping fly ball. I really thought that had chances of getting out, but not quite the wind or the conditions to send it out of the ballpark.
It sounded a little bit better than it ended up looking. Off the bat, I agreed with you. I thought that might end up out on the basketball court there, but instead just a lazy fly ball for out number 1. And now Austin Green digs in. Green takes the first pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes goes the count to the catcher. He's grounded out twice on the game. Green with a hot shot up the middle. That's going to get through into center field. And Austin Green is aboard with a 1-out single to get things going here as the Blue Crabs going to try to add some insurance to their one-run lead. Francisco Rosario comes up now. He's grounded out a pair of times on the night as well. Sam Runyon is up and warming in the Blue Crabs bullpen. It does appear that Chafee is going to have the night off after working back-to-back games to start the series. So Runyon and Epley seem to be the play here for the Blue Crabs. Rosario breaks his bat, a flare down the left field line. That's going to hug the line and stay fair. Off on contact was Green. He's on his way to third. He's getting the stop sign there. Rosario with a broken bat double. And the Blue Crabs have 2 men in scoring position with a lucky break there for Rosario, as I thought for sure that was going foul. But instead it stays just inside the line. And now the Blue Crabs are in business here. And might that be the end of the day for Teasley?
It sure could be, but that was an absolute chip shot down the line. Perfect placement by Rosario, and the Blue Crabs are back in business.
Looked more of a golf shot than a baseball swing there, as you got the British Open going on right now out on the links, and Rosario showing a little bit of that there as he chips one over the third baseman down into the corner. Tiger Woods would have been proud of the placement of that one. But instead, here we are with John Hunton on the mound, maybe buying some time for his reliever warming up, but also maybe trying to settle Teasley down.
And I didn't notice on that play, Brandon, thanks to our official scorekeeper, Kevin, letting us know. Apparently, the pitching coach was trying to go and talk to Teasley in between pitches. He didn't get granted time, and then the double was hit. So an important lesson in baseball, you always have to be granted time before you think you have it.
You see that happen more often with batters than you do coaches. You see batters call time and step out of the box, and they don't get granted time, and it's a pitch right down the middle for a strike. But this time it actually works in favor of the batter, as Rosario able to get one done here. Now the infield will have to pull in with Teodoro Martinez coming to the plate. 0 for 3 on the night, so he's due as he takes first pitch inside for ball 1.
You'd want to say that a single here could break the game open, especially with Rosario's speed at second base, but scoring has come in bunches when it does happen in this ball game, so it's tough to say that.
Time called and granted here to Teodoro Martinez as he will step out of the right-handed batter's box.
Teo's been hot at home of late. We know that. He'd love to stay hot.
Big swing here, but jams himself a little and fouls it straight back, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Edwin Garcia, who's also been hot of late, awaiting in the on-deck circle, barring a weird double play of sorts. Garcia will get his opportunity, and he's batting .455 in the 5 games since the All-Star break. He's added a pair of hits tonight. You'd love to see him get back up to bat here with some guys in scoring position. A nasty breaking ball here from Teasley, as Teodoro was well off balance there. Way out in front of that one, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Teo, not typically a guy that strikes out a whole lot. He already has 2 in the past 2 days. I don't see it happening here. I think he fights and stays alive any way possible.
Teodoro puts this one in play. Off on contact was Green. The third baseman, Oberstay, will have an easy play at the plate as the tag laid on by Gonzalez. And the fielder's choice will retire Green at the plate. A 5-2 fielder's choice. And now runners on the corners with 2 outs and Edwin Garcia coming to bat.
I don't necessarily dislike the idea of going on contact if I'm Austin Green in that situation. Typically it takes a hot shot, a very well-fielded ball, and a strike home to get the runner in that situation. All 3 happen to go down against Green, so tough situation.
And that will bring out Brett Jody to the mound. The day is done for Teasley. He'll likely turn things over to a righty here to get the rest of the way through the 7th. We'll get you the details on the new pitcher for Somerset when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network. New pitcher for the Patriots is right-hander Dustin Antolin, who will come on with runners on the corners, 2 outs, and a hot Edwin Garcia at the plate. Garcia swings at the first pitch, a towering pop up towards shallow right field. Charging on is Justin Trapp, and look at Antolin go, 1 pitch, and that will retire the side. An effective bottom of the 7th for Dustin Antolin, but the Blue Crabs just come up short in the inning as they strand a couple in scoring position. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. 5-4 game, and All-Star Sam Runyon on his way out of the pen when we return in the top of the 8th on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Shane Watson, and you're listening to Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, Vicelli Pizza, known to have the best pizza in town, is offering you 20% off your order. That's right, 20% off. Just use code 779 to take advantage of this limited time offer. Vicelli offers pizzas, pastas, subs, wings, salads, and more. You can place your order for pickup or delivery online at VicelliPizza, VOCELLI.com, or call 301-705-5858, as well as visiting Vicelli Pizza at their Waldorf location, 11850 Park Waldorf Lane. Vicelli Pizza, delivering classic Italian quality.
Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store? That's smart. Shopping for groceries in a clean, friendly store and saving some money while you're doing it? That's wise. At Wise Markets, you'll find all your favorite brands at prices you'll appreciate. That means more meat for less money, more dinner for less dinero, and more milk for less moolah. Stop by a Wise Market today.
Eat better, spend less. That's wise.
Sam Runyon, the new pitcher for the Blue Crabs here in the top of the 8th as he gets right to work with a called strike on the outside corner. The fastball puts him ahead of Indy Chavez. No balls and 1 strike. Chavez on the night is 1 for 3. Runyon out of the stretch, comes set, kicks and delivers. Breaking ball misses low and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike we go. Sam Runyon is 6'4", 220 pounds, out of Asheville, North Carolina. The 29-year-old made his first career All-Star team this year with the Blue Crabs. As he delivers 1-1, that one's chopped weakly towards second. Rosario charging quickly will fire to first in time for out number 1.
Runyon's numbers on the year, an 0-3 record. That does not tell the whole story. He has a 2.27 ERA, about 41 strikeouts to just 8 walks.
Runyon comes into a lot of high-pressure situations. It's often with the Blue Crabs tied or in the lead, trying to hold it there. So not very much glory in the role that Sam Runyon plays. You're not going to be given wins all that often. You end up with a couple of losses. He's lost 3 of the 5 games in which he's allowed runs, but he's only allowed runs in 5 games.
Which is incredible to say. So pressure is the word for Sam Runyon. He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders, and he carries it well.
The 1-0 kick and deliver. That one misses outside as the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. He's got another pressure situation here, a 5-4 game. 1 swing of the bat could tie it up. We saw Trapp with a solo home run last night in the 6th. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a walk, as Runyon falls behind him 3 balls and no strikes.
Somerset is the team that Runyon has struggled against. He had 18 scoreless appearances before he allowed a couple of runs to this Somerset team, trying to change the tides.
Breaking ball misses low here, and a 4-pitch walk is issued to Justin Trapp. Second walk of the night for him, as now the tying run is on base, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Mike Francoso. Quick look around the rest of the Atlantic League. You've got the Lancaster Barnstormers, an 8-6 win over the York Revolution, earlier today. So that moves Lancaster to 4-6, drops the Revolution to 5-5 on the second half, as Runyon misses low to Francoso, 1-0. The Long Island Ducks hold a 6-3 lead over the New Britain Bees in the bottom of the 6th at Beth's Page Ballpark. And the Sugarland Skeeters, 2-1, they lead the Road Warriors in the top of the 2nd at Constellation Field. Going to have to change the name there tonight. Sugarland in the last game of a 7-game homestand, or in the middle of a 7-game homestand, for game 4 of 7, is gifting the Road Warriors their first home game of the year. So tonight, for one night only, they're the home Warriors, as off on the pitch is Trapp from first, no throw, as he slides in safely on a called strike. 1-1. So for one night and one night only, we could see a walk-off from the Road Warriors.
They're 0-10 in their last 10, but that has to be a good feeling for the Road Warriors. They go through an absolute grind of a season. A lot of respect to those gentlemen, and hopefully they can get a walk-off tonight.
A lot of respect for Sugarland as well. I think it would be awesome if they could get a walk-off in their one home game this year. But right now the Blue Crabs hoping they don't have a chance for a walk-off. They've got a 1-run lead here in the top of the 8th, and they're going to look to hold it, but the tying run's in scoring position. As off to third goes Trapp. The pitch is a called strike. The throw is well late, as Trapp has stolen second and third to move himself into a spot where a sacrifice fly could tie this game. Trapp got a walking lead off of second there. I don't think Runyon expected him to go on back-to-back pitches, and Green stood no chance behind the plate.
It's a lot of endurance by Justin Trapp. Typically, I'm not a big fan of anybody stealing third base, but in that situation, it makes a lot of sense. Trapp 3 stolen bases on the night.
That'll force the infield in now. Open up some more holes for Francoso as he chokes up on the bat, and Runyon goes to the breaking ball. That's going to come in and hit Francoso on top of that right foot. And Runyon loses Francoso now. He had a 1-2 count, and he tried to bury the breaking ball for a strikeout, but he hooked it a little bit too far, and now Francoso is aboard. Runners on the corners, 1 out, and a very big situation upcoming with Yovan Gonzalez.
Obviously, Runyon never had any intent of hitting Francoso, but in this situation, it doesn't necessarily hurt the Blue Crabs. Gonzalez, a little bit of a shaky hitter against the Blue Crabs this season, 1 for 3 on the evening, but it sets the double play in order with a guy that doesn't have a lot of speed on him in the form of Gonzalez.
So the middle infield pinches together. They're going to look for the double play ball to get out of the jam here. Runyon's going to try to get something across the knees for him to roll over, but first a check on first. Back in safely is Francoso. With the jumps that Trapp got off of Runyon, they clearly have some sort of scouting report. As time is called, now Austin Green will run through some signs in case the runner decides to go. Francoso could just as easily as Trapp be on the move. We've mentioned 11 stolen bases for Francoso coming into play today. See if maybe he tries to get out of the double play by stealing second. Runyon thinking the same thing. We'll check on him once again. A little tag from Rodriguez just slightly late as he gets back in safely.
Francoso, the only thing that I'm thinking about in this situation is possibly because he got hit by the pitch, he may not feel as comfortable swiping the bag, but you'd have to think that the green light would be on for the steal.
Runyon has a high leg kick most times. He doesn't necessarily care most of the time when runners steal, but in this situation, you know that it's big. As a line drive through the left side here off the bat of Yovan Gonzalez, and that's going to get down in left field, and Somerset has tied it up here with a run in the top of the 8th. Justin Trapp steals his way to third and comes across easily on a single from Yovan Gonzalez. Very frustrating, I'd imagine, for Sam Runyon out there.
I completely concur. It's a difficult situation with a guy like Trapp that possesses that incredible duo of speed and power, but when you walk a guy like that, it puts yourself in danger of a situation just like what we just saw.
So now the go-ahead run for the Patriots is in scoring position as Runyon's not in the clear yet, with the top of the order and Craig Massey coming up. A breaking ball catches the zone for a called strike here, 0-1. Massey batting from the left side. He's a true lefty. Somerset does not have a switch hitter in their lineup, as Runyon keeping an eye on Francoso. Time is called very late here as Runyon will step off the back of the rubber, but Massey was tired of the pause.
Francoso had a dangerous jumping lead out there at second. If time wasn't calling by the batter, Massey, I think Runyon realistically could have spun and gotten the runner at second. Francoso out.
Francoso's dancing a lot out there. You got to be very careful. Edwin Garcia is a very sneaky shortstop. He crashes to the base in perfect sync with some of his pitchers on the signal from the catcher, Green. We've seen some very close plays on the year out there, including one pickoff at second that I can remember already. As the count goes to 0-2, see if that might be in the plays here.
It wouldn't be a bad idea at all. The only thing that would concern me is that high leg kick that you mentioned earlier from Runyon.
Francoso draws Runyon's attention again. 0-2, breaking ball, swung on and fouled back into the screen. There's no action in the pen, so Runyon got into this, and Runyon's going to have to find a way out of this, ideally with the tie. In the situation that the Blue Crabs are in now, I think they'd take a 5-5 game and give their offense a chance in the bottom of the 8th to retake the lead to set up Epley. Runyon set for the 0-2. He blows a fastball by Massey here, but at the last second, Massey's able to get a piece of that and foul it off to stay alive. A very late swing.
Very late, just casually put the bat out over the plate and just somehow trusted his hands enough to get a piece of that ball.
Runyon could go for a ground ball here. Double play in the playbook for sure, as flashing to second is Garcia. The tag just late. That was the exact play we were talking about. Garcia crashed right in sync with Runyon, who spun and put a dime on the base, but just sneaking under it was Francoso. I believe that was a good call from the umpire, Mike Williams, out there. But we mentioned very close plays. Garcia has a knack for laying a beautiful tag, something that you see Javi Baez patent in the MLB. Garcia's got it here too. The runner is off on the 0-2 once more, but a big swing and foul off there. A big jump there for Francoso, but Massey behind in the count couldn't afford to take the fastball right down the middle and go down looking.
And now Gonzalez, who stands over at first base, he didn't go on the pitch, and he's getting a talking to from his first base coach. And my guess is that Gonzalez was supposed to go on that pitch.
Another spin and fire to second. Garcia wasn't quite there in time. They had Francoso, I believe, that time, as a very late back call from his base coach. Left him hung out to dry there, but with nobody covering when Runyon spun, he got bailed out.
And I think the runners are definitely going on this pitch. You look at Yovan Gonzalez, he's ready to run.
Nobody holding him as Runyon kicks on the 0-2. It's a fastball this time, as that one misses low and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Beginning to get a little rumbles out of the crowd after the tag play at second was safe, and then some. They're not liking the strike zone very much. I've thought it's been pretty good from Frank Urelli tonight.
I agree. I think it's been pretty consistent to this point.
1-2 upcoming from Runyon as he kicks and delivers. Breaking ball, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And down swinging is Massey, who's claiming it hit him in the foot. But that's a mute argument as he swung at it anyway, so he's down on strikes.
Massey still having some words with Frank Urelli. My guess is if he has too many more, he may not be in this ballgame too much longer.
He's asking for help from the first base umpire, which is not going to happen. I'll be completely honest with you. They're never going to ask the first base umpire if he thinks he swung. He's a left-hander. The umpire can only see his back. It's an interesting view for Mike Williams, who's out in what's called C position in the infield. It's in front of the shortstop, in between the pitcher and shortstop. So you don't have the best view, but you have a much better one than somebody staring at a back. So it is his turn to make the call, and he rings up Massey for out number 2. Massey, I could hear him say that hit me in the foot, but again, if you swing, that has no effect on anything.
Right, so that you're right. It's a moot point, but at the same time, I mean, you know, maybe he's trying to get the call. I don't understand the call down to first.
0-1, that misses inside, 1-1. I think he was asking for help from the first base umpire. He might have just been saying, can I go to first? It hit me, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I agree. And at first I was trying to think, well, maybe he's trying to get the first base umpire, Mike Williams, to tell the home plate umpire that it hit him in the foot, but it doesn't matter because he swung.
Breaking ball, that one swung on, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Interesting sequence there, but Runyon will take what he can get, as now he's 1 strike away from limiting the damage to just 1.
We talked about the tempo in the first part of this ball game. It was a very quick first half, under an hour through 4.5 innings. We've seen a little bit of a stretched out baseball game here in the second half.
Breaking ball, cold, strike 3 on the outside corner. I was waiting for it. Runyon was not stopping his walk back to the dugout. He was relentless, and it earns him a strike call from Frank Urelli, and that will retire the side, but the Patriots tie it up. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base in the 8th. A tie ball game, 5-5, but the Blue Crabs with the heart of the order coming up 3-4-5 when we come back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hilltop Signs and Graphics is the official signage partner of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs this 2018 season and specializes in custom signage, vehicle wraps and decals, site lighting, and much more. Since 1992, Hilltop's top priority has been providing customers in the DMV area with the highest quality product. Call today at 301-373-7878 to start your project or visit hilltopsignsmd.com for more information. Hilltop Signs and Graphics, where design, fabrication, and installation is our expertise.
Blue Crabs fans, your group of 20 or more can join us all season long with any of our several group hospitality areas at Regency Furniture Stadium. Our spacious and modern amenities can entertain your group starting at just $10 per person. The open-air picnic pavilion, upscale Legends Club, or luxury suites provide the backdrop for great nights at the ballpark. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 for more info or to book your group today.
Three, 4, 5 due up for the Blue Crabs here in the inning, as they'll have to get through Chase Hutchinson to get the lead back for Cody Epley, who's up and warming in the bullpen. Hutchinson's first pitch, a wild fastball inside, as Rodriguez will hop out of the way, and the count will go to 1 ball and no strikes on the Blue Crabs. Number 3 hitter and leadoff hitter here in the inning. Hutchinson out of the stretch, comes set and delivers. Rodriguez bails out on a fastball. That's right there for a called strike. Final line for Rick Teasley. He goes 6 2/3. 7 hits, 5 runs. They were all earned. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Dustin Antolin comes in and throws a third of an inning. He throws just 1 pitch and finishes off the bottom of the 7th. He stranded 2 inherited runners as he came on with runners on the corners, 2 outs, and got a pop-up from Edwin Garcia. Now Hutchinson will be tasked with keeping the game tied in the bottom of the 8th, give the Patriots a chance to take the lead in the top of the 9th, and set up their closer, Ryan Kelly. The Blue Crabs will look to put one on the board and set up their closer, Cody Epley, for his second save in as many days. Rodriguez takes on a very generous inside corner as he shakes his head at the call from Urilli. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He bailed out again as Hutchinson has that low arm slot, and the ball tails a little bit. It's more of a cut fastball than a straight four-seamer. Comes right at Rodriguez and then busts back towards the inside corner in a lefty-lefty matchup. 2-2, Rodriguez puts this one in play. It's chopped up the middle. The shortstop Rodriguez is right there, and one Rodriguez grounds out to the other. The 6-3 put out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Chase Hutchinson here in his 28th appearance on the season. A 3-0 record with a 4.30 ERA. On the season, he has 8 walks to just 21 strikeouts, so a pretty good average.
He's got some power to deal with here as Big John Griffin digs into the box. Griffin is 1 for 2, a ground rule double with an RBI in the first, and a walk, in the 6th that led to a run as he takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Angelis Nina waits on deck. He hit what felt at the time to be a dagger 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th, but Somerset, not willing to back off, have fought their way back in to tie the game. As Hutchinson kicks and delivers, Griffin with a high chopper towards short, backhanded from Rodriguez. Long throw from the hole across to first, but in plenty of time. As Griffin is retired, back-to-back groundouts to short. Have 2 up, 2 down for Hutchinson, and Angelis Nina comes to the plate. Last hope here in the bottom of the 8th. He's 1 for 3. The one hit, though, that home run we mentioned.
You could use another one of those right now. You mentioned He only has that one run as a Blue Crab on the year, so not something you bank on, but still in the back of your mind if you're Hutchinson.
Hutchinson kicks and delivers. Nina taking all the way. A called strike, 0-1. Looks like Epley will pitch the ninth regardless of what happens here in the bottom of the eighth. Whether it's a save situation or not, the Blue Crabs are going to turn to what's been their top arm this year. The 0-1 comes well inside as Nina, up on his tippy toes, will lean out of the way. And the count goes to 1-1.
In this situation, anything to get on. You get hit by a pitch, you get a walk, you get a hit. Anything you can do to extend this inning and put the go-ahead run on base.
A daunting task would await, though, as Angelo Sonko's on deck in what would be one of the most devastating lefty-lefty matchups that the Atlantic League has to offer. 1-1, a check swing here from Nina. Did he swing? No, says Chris Ingstrom down at first. 1-1 goes the count. When it comes to lefties on other lefties, you think of Andrew Miller as the showcase of that in the MLB, but Hutchinson in this league is about as close as it comes. A 143 average against for lefties against Hutchinson as he's ready for the 2-1 to Nina. This one misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strikes. The positive side of that, right-handers are hitting .311 against Hutchinson.
And Sonko's also hitting pretty well against lefties. So if Nina can get on, one of the rare lefties that is good against left-handed pitching awaits in the form of Sonko.
Hutchinson sets for the 3-1 as he kicks and delivers. That one well outside the zone as it'll go all the way to the backstop. And now Nina is aboard with a 2-out walk to extend the inning to Sonko. See if Sonko can maybe find some power here. Find a gap at least to score Nina. Now would be as good a time as any for his second home run of the season, though, as he digs into the left-handed batter's box. Hutchinson provides plenty of power behind his pitches. If Sonko can barrel one up, it could travel a long way with the power he possesses.
We know it's there. It's just a matter of time until it fully gets tapped into. And if John Griffin, Angelo Sonko, and Corey Vaughn all tap in at the same time, it'd be great.
Sonko shatters his bat on the first pitch. It's flared out over the pitcher's mound. The second baseman charging on. Massey will actually underhand back to second in case Nina gets any ideas about rounding. But he holds the base, and Sonko is aboard with a broken bat single. That bat is sliced right in half, but it gets the job done and extends the inning to a right-handed batter that we've seen Hutchinson struggle with, and that'll lead to the call to the bullpen for Brett Jody. So Jody out of the dugout, and he'll turn things over to a new reliever, likely a righty to face Corey Vaughn. We'll get you the details on him when we come back on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The new pitcher, Logan Kensing, on to face Corey Vaughn. A high-pressure situation for Kensing as he steps up and delivers a curveball on the inside corner. Vaughn has some things to say about that, but he falls behind in the count 0-1 regardless.
Kensing rocking a 2.87 ERA on the year, a 2-2 record here in his team-high 33rd appearance.
A breaking ball here. Vaughn jams himself as that's rolled weakly up the first base line. Kensing will pick it up there. An underhand toss to first for the 1-3 putout, and that will retire the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base for the Blue Crabs. As we take a 5-5 game into the 9th, Alfredo Rodriguez, Jermaine Curtis, Matt Oberstay will lead things off for the Patriots against Cody Epley, who's on his way in from the bullpen when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Washington sports fans, rock your red, wear your curly W's, and break out your burgundy and gold for Washington Sports Night on Friday night, August 10th. That night, there will be a special Washington Sports t-shirt giveaway for the first fans in attendance, so arrive early, and don't miss a special appearance by the Racing Presidents from Nationals Park. To get your tickets today, stop by the E-Trepid box office, visit somdbluecrabs.com, or call 301-638-9788. Join our team every Friday home game as we honor those who serve our country by remembering everyone deployed. Every Red Friday, the team will wear military-inspired jerseys brought to you by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. All active and former military members receive $5 tickets with their military ID. For more information or to get tickets today, please visit us online at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
Hey, this is Cody Epley, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Cody Epley on here in the top of the 9th as the closer in a non-save situation with a very big 5-5 game will kick and deliver first pitch fastball inside to the number 3 hitter for Somerset, Alfredo Rodriguez, as they send up the heart of their order here in the 9th, trying to get on the board and take the lead for just the second time in the game. As Epley delivers low and away, 2 balls and no strikes. The only time Somerset has led came in the top of the first when they put up a run right away. The first 3 batters in the game, Massey singled, Ramon Flores walked, and the man at bat right now, Alfredo Rodriguez, doubled home Massey. From there, the Blue Crabs have led or been tied the remaining 6 innings to this point. Or 7 innings, excuse me, as Epley misses low. So the count at 3-0. Epley kicks and delivers right down the middle for a called strike. The closer got the save last night, but it was his first earned run of the season. He was given a 2-run lead. He gave up 1, but ended up able to escape leaving the tying run on third base in the form of Jermaine Curtis, who awaits on deck here. Chopper towards short, Garcia. Long throw across the diamond, but in time to get Rodriguez by a step. A great play from Edwin Garcia, and Alfredo Rodriguez, his counterpart at short tonight, is down for out number 1.
So those numbers all add up to a .5 ERA for Cody Epley on the year here in his 19th appearance. But a great play by Edwin Garcia. You mentioned it. That could be a game saver.
Now Jermaine Curtis comes up. Hitless on the night, but he has been on base with a walk in the 6th. Right down the middle with a sinker here for a called strike, 0-1. Epley features that sinker, a slider, and a changeup. Doesn't use the changeup quite as often, but it is in the repertoire in case he needs to pull it out. Goes to the slider here as that swung on and fouled off the other way. 0-2 off the end of the bat of Curtis.
The Blue Crabs, they don't head to extra innings quite too often, but Epley's looking for some free baseball this evening.
I think if Epley had it his way, he'd take a win. If he can get through this inning unscathed, he'll take a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th for sure. As a slider just misses the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2 strikes. The Blue Crabs do have 4 walk-offs already on the season. Johnny Bladell singled in the first one. That came in extra innings in the 10th. Corey Vaughn, the only regulation extra inning, or walk-off win, of the season when he doubled on the 9th of June to win a game 7-6. As Epley delivers a slider, swung on and missed, and the strikeout retires the second batter. 2 up, 2 down for Epley. The other 2 walk-offs came when Francisco Rosario singled in the 9th inning of a 7-inning game 2 of a doubleheader, and then the 11th inning walk-off single from Martinez, the last one. Frank Martinez, that is, not Teodoro, excuse me.
All of them have been very exciting, as one would expect. And if you're a Blue Crabs fan here tonight, you'd like to see a 5th.
Epley's got 1 more out to go, and it's the 0-for-4 Matt Oberstay that stands in his way of setting up his offense for the chance as Epley delivers outside. 1 ball and no strikes. You take a look ahead to the bottom of the 9th. Austin Green, Francisco Rosario, and Teodoro Martinez are due up. Rosario already has been the walk-off hero once, so he's got the experience. 1-0 misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. If they can get a little deeper in the inning, the 5th batter due up is Devin Rodriguez, who was the only Blue Crab with multiple walk-off hits last season. He had 2 of them, so you know he's got the clutch gene as well if they can get it around to him.
You wonder if they think about pinch hitting Frank Martinez as well.
2-0, that one's drilled towards center. Vaughn backing up. That should be playable for him, and it is, as he will make the catch to retire the side. A 1-2-3 9th inning for Cody Epley. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Just the second 1-2-3 inning for a Blue Crabs pitcher on the day, and that'll set up Southern Maryland with a chance for a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. It'll be the aforementioned Green leading things off when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Fans, is your family or work holiday party looking for a venue this coming fall or winter? Look no further than the newly renovated Legends Club at Regency Furniture Stadium, brought to you by the Blue Crabs. Numerous food and drink options and great flexible features mean the Legends Club will make your event the hit of the season. Call a sales executive today at 301-638-9788 for more information, or visit somdbluecrabs.com.
TN Bose Heating and Air Conditioning is proud to present Fans for Our Fans at Regency Furniture Stadium once again this 2018 season. When the temperature at game time is expected to be a scorcher, TN Bose will do what they do best, keep you always the right temperature, by providing hand fans to the first 200 guests entering the stadium that day. Learn more about their technologically advanced AeroSeal duct sealing procedure online at tnbose.com. TN Bose for all your air conditioning and heating needs. Blue Crabs fans, your group of 20 or more can join us all season long with any of our several group hospitality areas at Regency Furniture Stadium. Our spacious and modern amenities can entertain your group starting at just $10 per person. The open-air picnic pavilion, upscale Legends Club, or luxury suites provide the backdrop for great nights at the ballpark. Call group sales at 301-638-9788 for more info or to book your group today.
Austin Green digs in to lead things off here in the bottom of the ninth. As Logan Kensing back to work. Delivers a fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Kensing came on with 2 outs last inning to face Corey Vaughn. It took him 2 pitches to get Vaughn to roll back to the mound for the final out of the inning. And now Kensing will be tasked with getting through the ninth unscathed as well, as Green takes a called strike, 1-1.
We mentioned the possibility of Frank Martinez being a pinch hitter. It is his birthday today. He got the day off, but that'd be a good day to end your birthday.
Breaking ball misses low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm not sure the availability of Martinez today. I know that Strasburger was scratched from the lineup injured. I believe Martinez is out of the lineup for a small injury as well. Nothing serious for either one. But I'm not sure if Martinez could maybe fight through that and play. I know that Strasburger will not be seen in this game, though, as a changeup on the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Especially at this point in the year, you never want to risk an injury, as you have a lot of very important games coming up.
2-2 from Kensing. Green off the end of his bat, flared out towards right. And that's right at Justin Trapp, who will make the catch for out number 1. That brings up Francisco Rosario. Rosario, a broken bat double in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3 on the night. He was stranded at third in the 7th as a very important insurance run there. It's gained even more importance after the run was given up in the top of the 8th that tied the game. Rosario squares to bunt on the first pitch, tries to push it down the third baseline, but that'll be missed for strike number 1.
I was about to mention that would be a good idea to lay one down the third baseline. Overstay was pretty far back, and he's still not very close to that line.
Rosario could maybe push one by him down the line for a double, but it looks like he'll be swinging away here as he swings over a breaking ball. No balls in, 2 strikes goes the count.
We already saw that pinpoint accuracy once today on that chip shot double down the left field line.
Fastball misses high, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We know what Rosario can do in the field. The bat has been not quite as consistent, but he's already had 1 set of late game heroics. He'd love to make it 2.
This one misses, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Rosario. He'd love to get on base with Teodoro Martinez, Edwin Garcia, Devin Rodriguez all waiting in the wings. Chris Mazza is up and warming in the Blue Crabs bullpen. As a breaking ball called strike 3, Rosario knew it right away as he goes down looking. 2 up, 2 down in the inning for Kensing as he's retired the first 3 he's seen out of the bullpen. He's got 1 more in front of him as the speedy Teodoro Martinez digs in. We've seen Martinez lay down bunts in some interesting situations here. See if maybe that's something he thinks about here, or if he just tries to find a gap somewhere or get on base and use the speed to steal his way around. No thought at offering at the first pitch as he takes right down the middle for a called strike, 0-1.
Something that he typically does, especially in situations like this. He wants to see a pitch before he swings.
0-1 upcoming as Kenson kicks and delivers. This one misses outside, and the count evens up, 1 ball and 1 strike.
The fans getting into it here in the bottom of the 9th.
Breaking ball here, check swing, but a called strike anyway, and the count will go to 1-2. So, last strike in regulation now, as we could be getting some of that free baseball you mentioned here. Game 3 of a 6-game homestand for the Blue Crabs, but the finale against the Patriots. As Teodoro with a chopper down the third base line, charging his overstay. No play as Martinez was hustling the whole way, and he's aboard with an infield single. Sometimes that's all it takes. As now you've got the fastest guy in the Blue Crabs lineup, on base. He leads the team with 13 stolen bases on the year. And when you look around the league at stolen base percentages, on the year, Teodoro Martinez ranks in the top 5 with an .867 stolen base percentage. An interesting time for him to maybe go and try to set something up where a single from Edwin Garcia would get the job done and be a walk-off win.
It'd definitely be a risky situation, but I like the idea. I think he should go here.
Garcia takes the first pitch right down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. I think I'd consider sending him as well. The worst case scenario, you go extras, and you've got a very capable Edwin Garcia leading it off with the 2-3-4. Some of the most potent hitters in the lineup due up in the bottom half of that 10th. The best case scenario, Teo gets on second, and Garcia can single him in. He is off, breaking ball, misses the inside corner, the throw down in time as Teodoro Martinez is caught stealing to end regulation here in the bottom of the 9th. A strike from Yovan Gonzalez, and Martinez is caught for just the 3rd time this year. And we're headed to extra innings here. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. And now we'll head to the 10th, and Chris Mazza will make his home debut when we return to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Blue Crabs fans, come celebrate the bluest birthday of them all on Friday night, August 17th. It's Pinch's birthday party with appearances by all of Pinch's mascot friends. After the game, stick around for a post-game cupcake drop brought to you by Pump It Up of Waldorf. That's right, cupcakes raining out of the sky from the outfield with prizes for some lucky contestants. For more information, visit somdbluecrabs.com/promotion or call 301-638-9788.
Hey kids, this is Daryl Thompson from the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Don't forget, every Sunday is Kids Day at the ballpark, brought to you by Waldorf Orthodontics. Every Sunday home game, kids can enjoy a pregame autograph session with me and other players, $3 ice cream helmets all day long, and free admission to Pinch's Playground. Post-game, you can all come on the field and run the bases. For more information, please visit our website at somdbluecrabs.com or call us at 301-638-9788.
pitcher for the Blue Crabs as making his home debut is the right-hander Chris Mazza. He'll be tasked in the 10th with Indy Chavez, Justin Trapp, and Mike Francoso. One-0 here to Chavez, misses as the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
This just Mazza's second appearance on the year. In that first appearance, he threw 2 innings as strike 1 will cross. He allowed 1 hit in those 2 innings, no runs. He struck out 1 and walked nobody.
Mazza, the 5th pitcher to throw for the Blue Crabs tonight. You saw 6 1/3 from Brett Marshall as Mazza gets a ground ball to first here. Rodriguez in foul ground. Diving down, he'll flip to Mazza, covering in time. The ball was ruled fair. It hit off of Rodriguez, who chased it down. An underhand toss to Mazza to get the job done. What a play from Devin Rodriguez.
What an absolute web gem. At first base, it's okay if it squibbles away from your glove as long as you get it to the bag. What an incredible play by Devin Rodriguez.
So a very important out number 1 there, as Mazza will now face Justin Trapp, who's been a problem all night to say the least. A single, 2 walks, 3 stolen bases, and 2 runs scored. Swinging on the first pitch was Trapp as he fouls it off. And the count goes to no balls and 1 strike on the speedy right fielder.
That ball landed right next to us in one of the suites over by our press box.
Ball comes back onto the field here as, a called strike looks like might have got away there. As Mazza now ready for the 0-2, kicks and delivers. Broken bat here for Trapp. It's dribbled out towards second. Rosario will pick it up there and flip on to first. 4-3 put out and 2 down now in the inning.
Rosario's so fun to watch. If you see anything going in his direction, you know that it's a web gem waiting to happen. He makes the extremely difficult plays just look like they're routine.
So 2 down in the inning for Mazza, as now Francoso, who got the 2-run 7th inning started for the Patriots, will dig in. He is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a run scored tonight. Takes, strike on the outside corner, and the count goes to no balls and 1 strike. Big swing, but a foul tip off the catcher here. We'll head back to the backstop, and the count goes to 0-2.
Mass is a good guy to watch pitch. He goes right after every single batter that he faces with no regard for what they want to expect. Very good pitcher for the Blue Crabs.
This one ripped foul as the count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. Again, Mazza, his first appearance here at home. The right-hander, 6'4", 180 pounds, out of Walnut Creek, California. The 0-2 upcoming. A towering pop-up towards the Somerset dugout. Rodriguez is in foul ground. He's at the wall leaning, but he'll run out of room. Mazza was a 27th round pick in 2011 by the Minnesota Twins. He pitched for the Twins organization from 2012 to 2015, only reaching as high as high A in the Twins organization in Jupiter. He reached low A in the Twins organization in Cedar Rapids before moving to the Miami Marlins and heading to Jupiter. As a ground ball up the middle will get through here off the bat of Francoso, and the go-ahead run is aboard as Francoso gets a 2-out single. Mazza stayed with the Marlins organization from the end of 2015 through the beginning of this 2018 season. He ended up reaching the AAA level as he pitched earlier this year for the New Orleans Baby Cakes. 7 games for New Orleans with a 1-1 record, 3.94 ERA there. Mazza, a versatile pitcher, as he comes inside with a fastball, 1 ball and no strikes. He's made as many as 26 starts in a season, and that came last year in Jacksonville, but he spent the majority of his career working in relief. He works out of the stretch here, set at the belt. Long look in, now a spin and check on first, but diving back in safely was Francoso.
He's got a really good pickoff move. That's the first time we've been able to see it yet this year, but very fast. He almost has the ball over to first by the time you realize he's stepped off.
Another check, but back in safely again.
You notice he's wearing the red stirrups and the red shoes. An interesting look with the baby blue logo of the Blue Crabs.
Mazza set for the 1-0, now comes off the back of the rubber to reset. Heading into hour number 3 here shortly. This game a 6:35 first pitch. Coming up on the 9:30 hour as Mazza kicks and delivers outside 2-0. A little bit restless crowd here is letting the umpires and Mazza a little bit have it after Mazza's pitched pretty solid so far through the first 3 batters he's faced.
You're right, he's been very impressive, but he's got to keep going after batters like he has been all night.
He comes set now for the 2-0. Back up the middle. Mazza can't reach it, but Rosario can, and he'll tag the base to retire the side here in the top of the 10th. A scoreless inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. And the 4 unassisted fielder's choice retires the side. The Blue Crabs will look to get Mazza a win. If they can walk things off in the bottom of the 10th, they'll send the 2-3-4 up to the plate when we return on the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Hey, this is Brandon Compton, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Pet lovers, kick off the Labor Day holiday right and join the Blue Crabs on Sunday night, September 2nd for our final Bark in the Park night of the season. The game has a special start time of 6:35, and the first fans through the gates receive Blue Crabs dog collars brought to you by 98.7 WMZQ. Call 301-638-9788 or visit somdbluecrabs.com for more information.
General Manager of your Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, and you're listening to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.
2-3-4 due up in the inning here for Southern Maryland as Edwin Garcia will dig in to lead things off. The shortstop is 2 for 4 as he takes a first pitch breaking ball from the new pitcher for Somerset. Dustin Mollican, the right-hander, is on the mound and ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike. Mollican kicks and delivers. The 0-1 is swung on and fouled back out of play. No balls and 2 strikes we go. Mollican 6'4", 230 pounds, out of Tempe, Arizona.
He's got the highest ERA on the team with a 5.18. He has a 1-0 record here in his 25th appearance.
0-2. Garcia shoots one the other way. That's going to get down into right field. Garcia breaks out of the box. A wide turnaround first, but he'll throw the brakes on as Trapp with a strong throw in will limit him to a single, the 3rd single of the day for Edwin Garcia. We mentioned he's been hot as of late, and he continues to do that tonight. A 3-hit game, and now 18 multi-hit games for Garcia on the year, as that will bring in Devin Rodriguez. I mentioned Rodriguez with 2 different walk-off hits last year, one in the 9th inning and one came last year in the 11th inning. A walk-off home run in that game. Let's see what Devin Rodriguez, the all-star first baseman, has in store here with Garcia, another all-star at first. Rodriguez takes the first pitch, a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1. Rodriguez has been better against right-handed pitching thus far on the season. Versus righties, he's hitting .306 as opposed to just a .200 average against left-handed pitching. Swing here and foul tipped off the end of his bat, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
We've talked about Devin Rodriguez not extremely comfortable with laying down the bunt. It's probably out of the equation now, but with a big gap down that left side of the infield, you would have thought about him laying something down.
It would have been at least a sacrifice, if not a hit for Rodriguez, if he does that, but he does have a lot of doubles on the year. He's got 1 already. A double here would likely end the game. He's got 16 coming into play, so it's a difficult situation. You know, I've said it multiple times, I'm laying down the bunt, but in this situation I do understand not. As the 0-2 is chopped to short, Rodriguez will field the chopper, tag the bag, not in time, safe is Edwin Garcia as he hustles it out. The throw to first is not in time either. It's going to be a fielder's choice, the second fielder's choice of the day for Rodriguez, but he'll take it as he's on base. Garcia hustling all the way, slides in safely, beating the foot of Rodriguez. As now first and second, nobody out, and John Griffin coming to the plate. You want to talk about not comfortable laying down a bunt. I bet Big John Griffin, with the power he possesses, has probably never done it. But I think you've got to here. You can't risk a double play.
I agree, especially considering the fact that he doesn't have the best set of wheels. You see a very shallow left field, and that makes sense, but you got to love the hustle by Edwin Garcia.
Rodriguez never gave up either out of the box as he beat it by a couple of steps. The throw was nowhere near in time to first. Now the catcher, Gonzalez, will come out for a chat with Mulligan and look to be on the same page.
You can't overstate the importance of hustle. Garcia easily could have just jogged his way to second, thinking that he'd be put out on a double play. Instead, he beats it out. That's a game changer right there.
A breaking ball, a called strike here on the first pitch to Griffin. Good time to throw a first pitch breaking ball, keep Griffin off balance, and get ahead 0-1. It doesn't appear that Griffin's even considering the sacrifice bunt, as we didn't see him look to square there. 0-1, Griffin with a towering pop-up towards the right side of the infield. The second baseman, Massey, is giving chase. He'll get there. The infield fly rule is called after Massey camps under it. So now 1 out, and Angelis Nina coming to the plate.
And that's where it hurts, because if you look back, hindsight 2020, if he does lay down the bunt, now a ground ball likely scores Edwin Garcia and wins the game. Instead, without the sacrifice bunt, a ground ball likely ends the inning.
Nina's going to have to come up with his second hit of the game if he wants to finish things here, as he takes a big swing on a first pitch fastball, but a little bit behind and fouls it off the other way, 0-1.
We know how good Nina's been against this Somerset team. He was batting .480 against the Patriots on the year coming into this game through 8 games. You'd love to see him raise that average.
The second pitch, another fastball. Nina still behind, pushes it the exact same way, and now behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
It's a tough spot to be in for Nina, but he has to recognize that there is a runner in scoring position. You find some green out there, and that's got to be the game.
Garcia's a good base runner at second as a changeup misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So you know he'll be waved around. The Blue Crabs coaching staff is very aggressive with their base runners. No doubt if Nina can find the outfield grass, even with how shallow the Somerset outfield's playing, that they're waving him home. The 1-2, a breaking ball is swung on and missed, and Nina is down on strikes. And now Mulligan is 1 out away from getting out of this 10th inning.
Still a lot in front of him, and a very big threat to Mulligan comes up to the plate.
So now Angelo Sonko will have to be the hero. He's got 1 hit already on the game, a single in the 8th, 1 for 4 on the night, and they put the shift on the lefty. Let's see if he can push something through the other side and bring home Garcia. Sonko goes fishing here on the first pitch as he chases one low out of the zone and falls behind 0-1.
Another time you might think about laying one down that third base line with Oberstay so deep and off the line.
If you can push it hard enough down that line, it's going to get by Oberstay and it'll easily end the game. But Sonko laces one towards right field, trap on the run. He's not going to get there. Angelo Sonko is a walk-off hero as Edwin Garcia will come home to score. Sonko walks it off. A single down the right field line, and your Blue Crabs win the series. They win this game, an extra inning walk-off. 6-5 the final score. Here comes Angelis Nina with the water cooler as he soaks Sonko and everybody else. The Blue Crabs have won this one in extra innings. Angelo Sonko with a multi-hit night is the hero as he wins this one to bring home Edwin Garcia. And Chris Mazza will get his first win as a member of the Blue Crabs. What a way to finish the series and set up the weekend with the Lancaster Barnstormers.
So exciting. Angelo Sonko, you gotta feel good for him. And his first fan to go greet him down in the dugout and now onto the field is none other than his son, who he now embraces. What a great feeling, Brandon. That just gives you the chills right there when they embrace after the walk-off. You gotta love it. What a hit. What a game for the Blue Crabs.
Very exciting game as they are victorious. They take the series 2-1. They dropped the opener, but they bounce back and get it done in the next 2. It took a little extra time tonight, but the Blue Crabs will happily take the win no matter how long it took. Sonko comes through. We mentioned he had the power. He got all of that one over the right fielder Trapp, who never stood a chance, and it gets the job done for the Blue Crabs. 6-5 the final here in this one. Mulligan handed the loss. The win will go to Mazza in his home debut. And now the Blue Crabs turn their attention to division rival. The Lancaster Barnstormers come to town. Drake Britton, the left-hander, will get the ball for Southern Maryland. Brooks Hall, a right-hander, who's 6-2 with a .438, will get the ball for Lancaster in the opener tomorrow. 6:35 first pitch in that one. It promises to be an exciting series just like this one. More action coming up tomorrow night. We'll be back live at 6:30. Make sure you join us for more Blue Crabs baseball tomorrow night as we welcome the Lancaster Barnstormers to the Blue Crabs Broadcast Network.